wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. 7-fit flex on the jacks on that.
Hey there, everybody. Hey there, Heather. Welcome. Damn, I was so lopsided just then. Welcome, everybody. I know I don't have anybody here with me yet, but you know, whoever is out there, I definitely appreciate you flying in. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you watching. So, welcome. Without further ado, I really don't want to take too long and mosey around because I have not been talking about my boy here lately. Thank you, Lord. Antoine Massey. I'm sorry. I apologize. Antoine Massey. He has been captured. Yes. So I am going to put up a video of Mr. Massey. I'm just thankful that he made it in. He made it in safe. He's alive. That's a good thing. That's a real good thing. That's a real good thing. That's a real good thing. This is a real beautiful thing. Antoine Massey has made it in. Woohoo! I am so glad. I am going to start my own campaign. I'm going to make sure that I find my good means of being. I'm going to head over to New Orleans. Yes. It seemed like it's a far cry, far stretch. Some people say, why are you going so far into that? I'm going so far into that because listen, y'all better follow the trail of lies. All you got to do is follow the trail of lies. If you follow the trail of lies, somewhere in a lie, you're going to find the truth. And somewhere in the truth, it's a hidden lie. And you better know it. It's always something there, but it's up to you to find it. And I don't know. It's just something about this case that further reminds me that it's more than what we've seen. And when I say more than what we've seen, I mean, it's some truth in some of the evidence. And some of the evidence showed me that somebody said that I retracted my statement. So what we got to do right now, I'm sure Antoine Massey, I'm going to get the number to the parish jail. It's the Orleans Parish Jail. Yep, I'm getting straight to the point. If you're not here, that means you're not supposed to be here. If you are here, that means you're either interested in looking at me or you're interested in this phone call. Whichever one it is, I definitely appreciate you for that.
Thank you for calling the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office Automated Inquiry System. Para continuar en español, presione 2. It is recommended that you have writing material available so you can record pertinent information. Information about arrestees, charges, commissary deposits, and visitation schedules may also be obtained from the OPSO website, www.opso.us. That's www.opso.us. The intake processing center where arrestees are booked and released is located at 2800 Perdido Street. If you know the inmate's folder number, press 1. Otherwise, press 2. Enter the first 3 letters of the inmate's last name using the pound sign for space. Enter the first 2 letters of the inmate's first name using the... If you are inquiring on Antoine Massey, date of birth, June 15, 1992, press 1. Otherwise, press 2. Please select from the following menu. To get charge information, press 1. To get inmate location, press 2. To get visitation information, press 3. To deposit money into this inmate, Antoine Massey is currently located in A.N.G. The visitation day and time is Sunday, beginning at 8 a.m., ending at 9 p.m. To return to the main menu, press the pound sign. To listen to the visitation rules, press 1. To repeat this information, press 9. Thank you. In order to visit an inmate, you must comply with the following rules and regulations. You must have a valid state driver's license or picture ID. When you visit, you must bring your state ID and a piece of mail you have received at this location. Anyone wanting to visit an inmate must be dressed appropriately. If there is a question as to a person's dress, the watch commander on duty will have the discretion as to whether the person will be allowed to visit or not. The following articles will not be allowed during visitation. If a visitor is wearing one of the following, the visitor will be asked to remove it and leave it in a secured area prior to visitation. Anyone who does not comply will not be allowed to visit. No caps of any kind. No scarves or bandanas. No curlers. No low-cut or see-through blouses. No shorts or short skirts. Skirts must be at least knee-length. No tank tops or sleeveless shirts. No leggings or skin-tight pants. All females must be wearing leather. No skirts with high slit.
Okay, so I found out a little bit of information that lets me know that Antoine is there, and it sounds like they just said that that can't be so. It says that he have visitation. So I'm definitely going to look and see whether or not Antoine Massey have any kind of visitation rights. It says that it did during the automated system just now, but that doesn't sound right because he was just captured when Friday. He was just captured Friday. I'm sure he's going through the process. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, but we're going to listen in. Let me change the screen. Let's stop this one, present, share. And we're going to go back into here. Where are you, buddy? Add to the stage. There you go. And then I'm going to trying to see which look. This is better. I'll go with that one.
I'm here to raise the jar.
Yeah.
We do want to focus our efforts right now on New Orleans, Louisiana. Remember those 10 escaped inmates? We have now learned that I believe the final one has been taken back into custody. Okay, the penultimate one, should I say. You see there, Attorney General Liz Murrill saying this: Antoine Massey has finally been recaptured in the Holly Grove area of New Orleans. He will now face additional charges for his role in the escape, and I'll ensure that he will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law there, as you can.
I wonder if they were been concerned about prosecuting anybody else, like the ones that work on the inside of the jail. But we're going to get back to the video in this fake news.
See, also, she goes on to say, great work by all our law enforcement partners. So here it is. One of the final 2 escaped inmates has been captured in New Orleans. Now, remember, that means one more on the run. And that suspect on the run has been on the run for what? Almost 2 months' time as we brought you this story from the very beginning there in New Orleans. We're listening to law enforcement officials there announce.
What the hell? He get almost 2 months. I thought this happened the end of May. We only in the end of June. See, this is what I'm telling you. They go to reporting on stuff, and the first thing that you can't trust them lying ass tongue, twisted ass tongues is because he don't even know how many inmates were still out. He don't even know how long they've been out. He just running the story with a part in his head. I'm like, come on, man. You need to, if you're going to run stories like this, especially, and I'm going to be on your ass hawking you down like a Bo Ricker, I want you to be able to report the right stuff. Because for me, if you ask me, all y'all liars. This is my blankie. I want to know why everybody lying. You could tell they ain't nothing but big ass liars over there because he can't even tell the story right. This man telling us some old bogus ass stuff that we know nothing about. We haven't heard any of this before. He's getting on my damn nerves, and I'm going to get back to the story because y'all going to catch the lies because I'm going to call them out.
The arrest, let's watch.
See, one of the escapees in custody. And I want to thank our partners we have been a team this whole time. But Antoine Massey was taken into custody in the city of New Orleans in the 3rd District. He was actually walked out of a home peacefully at 9414 Strolitz. And he peacefully gave up to law enforcement who had surrounded the house. I'm going to have the sheriff at the end speak to the event because it is the sheriff herself who got the tip from a citizen, and that alone speaks volumes to her legitimacy of relationships that matter. So,
what the hell did this lady just say? So she basically trying to say, because the sheriff, this is the same sheriff that Antoine Massey has been naming as corrupt, as a liar, as one of the biggest fish in the pond, Susan Hudson. I want to know what make her credible because the tip came to her ass. I apologize. What made her credible? Because the tip came from one of her family or friends. I want somebody to be able to help me on this one right here, because this lady right here, from the way I hear it, this lady, it seems like she's trying to tell me that we're supposed to trust Susan Hudson, but Karmelo, Antoine Massey called this lady a liar, a thief, a deceiver, a sheriff that has no guts, a sheriff that have no morals, a sheriff that signed off to integrity, but a sheriff that's corrupt and unscrupulous. What makes you think I believe who called her phone? I personally would have to do a thorough investigation on whoever called that tip in, and I'm gonna take you all the way back to the Indians bloodline, because if you lying, I'm gonna catch your ass. Because if you know who the sheriff is, and y'all already knew, and y'all put this together, there's no way you gonna expect me to believe nothing this sheriff have to say.
When the community believes and trusts their police departments and their law enforcement agents.
How are we gonna trust and believe New Orleans and all y'all do is knock on people's doors and arrest people? So y'all knock on somebody's door, somebody tell y'all, I don't know who you talk about, they get arrested? I want to know what part of New Orleans trusts their police department. Sheriff, that is, Susan Hudson, and this lady right here. Now, let's keep in mind, if I'm not mistaken, with my eyes, it looked like Susan Hudson bordered the line of black to me. So I don't trust her. This lady right here, I don't know, my eyes could be deceiving me. She bordered the line of white to me. I don't trust neither one of they white black asses. And you're going to tell me that the people in New Orleans, they're going to correct me on the name when I get there. You better believe it. I'm saying you better be telling me right, because that man over there told me something different. In New Orleans, so I'm going to just say what I say, New Orleans. They're going to say, yeah, she's not from around here. I'm going to say I'm not, but nice to meet y'all. Y'all will remember me when I leave. I want to know what make her think we believe her because she wearing glasses. I don't believe none of these crooked crooks. These people are crooked, they crooks. And one thing that I'm noticing, they're not saying anything that's really going on up in those jails.
They work cooperatively. And so she will speak directly to that situation. I want to thank all of our partners who are present, because truly they were all out there as a team. So from ATF to FBI to our own police department.
Ooh, boy. If y'all could see how this lady in the back, looky, it's a crooky. That's the lady behind Miss Liar. Miss Liar got pants on fire behind her. My God, to be. If you could look at them eyebrows the way I'm looking at it, man, ain't nothing but hell in that lady with that peacock tape. This lady right here ain't nothing but a big ass crook. She might as well sit her black crooked ass down. This is a big ass black ass crook. Her and her white ass entourage right in front of her. They ain't nothing but crooked. You can look at the faces of all these people and know they hiding and borderline and so many secrets in the jail and their houses. You don't know what hit you. These the lionest people I think I've ever met in my whole goddamn Durban. This lady right here ain't telling the truth, and she ain't even speak yet. The one behind her, the sheriff, that's Susan Hudson back there. Hey, girl, I can't wait to meet her. She gonna want to put all kind of charges on me. I'm gonna say, girl, get back. I don't got no damn charges on me. I ain't got nothing on me. Run my fingerprints. Don't just, hey, you want my fingerprints while I'm in the parking lot? And don't put nothing on me, because if you do, I'm gonna send it back to you. They're liars. These people are liars. You know who they remind me of? They remind me of Antoine Massey's sister or Auntie. I done heard somebody, the auntie. I don't know what's going on with the auntie, but from what I hear, child, I ain't the one to gossip. I heard that the auntie over there messing with a pastor or something. That's why she all there hooping and hollering and acting like she ready for Antoine. Come on, come over to the pastor. We want you to turn yourself into the pastor. Pastor who? You crooked, the pastor crooked. And I could listen. I'm looking at this sheriff right here. She look like she's so goddamn crooked till she can't even keep her hair in a ponytail tight. This lady crooked as hell. She might as well get one of my Durbans. But they say you can't even wear Durban's up in the damn jail. I can't even go over there and visit. That means I got to fluff out the goddamn afro. And if I got to fluff out my afro when I go up in there, it's going to be some problems, y'all. Because some people going to act like they know me. Y'all know I've been having the afro on strike. Now you going to tell me I got to do a reveal. I got to go all the way over to New Orleans and drop my fro like that so people can see the afro. So I can't even send them back to my channel. My God, to be. This the line is goddamn. Look, I had to stop the damn show right there. This is what I tell y'all when you meet liars in your life. You get to stop they lying ass. This video is 20 minutes and 42 seconds long. We're only into 2 minutes and 15 seconds of these lying, tongue twisting ass twanglers. Let's keep going.
Our violent offender warrant squad, our own violent crimes team that is a specialty team that we call VCAGE, of course, our partners in the state police, obviously our partners with the sheriff and the Orleans Sheriff's Office, and also our U.S. Marshal is going to speak to you in a minute. I know HSI is present, and also Jefferson Parish has always been a great partner to us. So many, many thanks to you. We still have one more. We have Groves. And so Groves knows that we are going to capture you. You will be taken into custody, but you still have the option to peacefully turn yourself in. And we will make an appeal to you to do so. All of these captures have been able to be done peacefully, and that is also the end of the game. We don't want anyone hurt.
Did I just see Uncle Tim cheese eating ass Billy go back to talk about, Y'all look at the black man in the back with the black suit on. Did he listen? See, that's what y'all don't understand. You got to learn how to really be in the woods. When you in the woods, man, you can peep through things. You see ants moving in the damn creatures in the dirt, in the grass. You can hear ants. Listen, when you wake up, I promise you, you could hear ants walking in the air. Did y'all not see Uncle Tim? Yeah. He said he was saying, yeah, like this. Yeah. That's what, look, take a look. I got to bring this back. If y'all miss it, I ain't taking it back no more. I'm going to take this back one time because I need y'all to pay attention to them curtains in the back. One part yellow, one part blue. I need y'all to pay attention to there's a total of about 3 or 4 flags right here. We can't see because we have the writing up to the top. You see the word live there. You see about three stars there. I want y'all to pay attention to name badges, how they move. You got to pay attention to everything. How are y'all going to be able to help me clear this man, whether he guilty or innocent, so that we can get on with the truth on what's really going on in at least one of these damn jails? We're going to find out what's going on in at least one of these jails. Now, come on. If y'all know anybody out there that's stuck in the Orleans Parish Jail, I don't recommend you get in contact with me. I order you get in contact with me. If you know somebody, if you know anybody over there on Facebook, send them over here. I'm not letting this go. I'm not going to let this go. And you know what? I'm not going to let it go into the tune of I'm working on surrounding. I'm literally working on other networks, trying to make sure when I do stump the grounds of New Orleans that I'm protected too. I'm going to be protected with eyes in the sky. See, some people don't understand what eyes in the sky do. That's why I'm moving slow, because sometimes you got to add things on a little differently, and people don't understand what you mean by stuff like that. So I'm moving in the right pace. I'm moving in the right pace for these crooks. Let's watch Uncle Tim.
Not our own officers, and certainly not Mr. Groves. So the opportunity is there at any time to turn yourself in. And as I had spoken to the fact a couple of weeks ago, we do have the public defender is ready to meet you and to be with you from the, and we will make an appeal to you to do so. All of these captures have been able to be done peacefully, and that is also the end of the game.
You don't see he the only one shaking his head. That's how you know he ain't no good. He the only one, even Lion Dumbo right here. She didn't even shake her head. She didn't even nod her head because she said, man, you lying, and I know you lying because I done rough their ass up too. Watch everybody. Y'all watch their movements. Watch how this lady talking peacefully. I believe she might be a peaceful soul here. But she's shutting her eyes to the truth up in that dirty, filthy, nasty, disgusting, disgraceful ass jail. I want to know why they jail so nasty, but their uniform so clean. Let's get to the truth. Why are these officers of the I was about to say the I'm gonna say the foreign law. I ain't gonna say the word I wanted to say with a K in it. I want to know why these officers of the foreign law, why are they uniforms so clean, but these inmates are speaking of disgust and filth? They didn't say whether they weren't guilty. Whether you guilty or not, should you go to disgust and filth? So y'all should be begging y'all self questions and asking pardons, because I would like to know, just because they went to jail, just because they're in jail, y'all probably say, well, they shouldn't have to clean up the jail. Keep your ass out of it. But then that still lets me ask the question. So if y'all don't got to be responsible for keeping our jails right and tight and the way they're supposed to be, I want to know, what are y'all doing with our money? Because I pay taxes as well. And I might not pay them as of this day right here over in New Orleans, but when I get over there, I can officially say I paid taxes over here. So I want to know, why is it that their jail is so filthy, and where is the money going? Because we are even going to talk about that. And I just want to be clear. I'm gonna just say this. When I come on here and I'm speaking about what my truth is and what my emotions lie in it and how I feel about it, I want to be clear that I don't have to have video to video, because I sit on this stage for the most of the time by myself. And I welcome anybody to come and jump on stage with me. I welcome you on the stage. I welcome you in the chat. Sometimes if I don't drop the link out there, that's because I know I'm going in. And when I go in, I don't like anybody on the stage with me, because when I tell y'all all the time, when I take the mic, I don't give it back until I'm done. That's why I like people to get the mic before me, because one of my pet peeves, I just hate to be interrupted. That's why when I go to other people's house, I get nice with them. I say to myself, this is what y'all do. Y'all disrespected me. Y'all knew I was talking. Didn't I give you the floor? Now, once you pass the mic back and everybody's had their turn, that's when all bets are off. At the end of the day, if I stick to one video, it's because I got a lot to say. And that's why I always make it clear. Kevin Samuels did a 60-second short. Who built this, I turned that 60-second short into 58 minutes. So what's my point? I take my time on one video. I take my time on one topic. I take my time on you if I'm fighting for you. So how I move on this channel, when you're visiting this house, that's because I'm going to get to the bottom of it the way I get to the bottom of it. Sometimes that help people, and the ones that got wet, it just didn't help them. And I'm going to dissect this video as best that I can. And I want to make sure I welcome and thank anybody out there that decide to come in, step in, join me, listen to me, watch me, whatever you decided to do. I definitely appreciate you for that. And thank you again. Anybody out there in my parking lot? Let me see if I got anybody over here. Hey, Temper. Hey, Ben. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. If you're still out there, definitely appreciate you.
We are going to capture you. You will be taken into custody, but you still have the option to peacefully turn yourself in. And we will make an appeal to you to do so. All of these captures have been able to be done peacefully, and that is also the end of the game. We don't want anyone hurt, not our own officers, and certainly not Mr. Groves. So the opportunity is there at any time to turn yourself in. And as I had spoken to the fact a couple of weeks ago, we do have the public defender is ready to meet you and to be with you from the very moment you choose to turn yourself in. And we will make an appeal to you to do so.
I wanted to point this out. I just noticed that the sheriff, Susan Hudson, I noticed she ended up blinking her head too. But I noticed the white man in the middle behind the white lady with the white uniform on, officers on the bad side of the law, all of them that's standing up there. I just noticed that these two black people, the black man and the black lady, y'all notice them the only two that shook their head in lies. That white man say, I'm not getting in that. I'm not getting in it. I'm not saying nothing about it. I'm going to just keep my eyes just like this, as if I'm protecting the president. I have no movements to make. Now, if you watch the two black people, I told y'all I'm going to dissect this damn video. If you watch the two black people, them the only two rocking. Like I made it out. I made it out. Now I got to see what I got to do on the other side because, ooh, it's going to be hard. That's what they rocking like. I say, man, please, they walking like Peter and Alfreda. I want to know why they rocking and shaking, and them look like the two biggest suspects in my eyes. I trust these white folks over the way I trust these two black people. You know why? Because at least the white man say, nope, I know the truth, but I'm not going to show them on my face one way or the other. And he did just like this. Now, y'all pay attention.
All of these captures have been able to be done peacefully, and that is also the end of the game. We don't want anyone hurt, not our own officers, and certainly not Mr. Groves. So the opportunity is there at any time to turn yourself in. And as I had spoken to the fact a couple of weeks ago, we do have the public defender is ready to meet you and to be with you from the very moment you choose to turn yourself in. And then Darlene, who's the face of Crime Stoppers, will also have the opportunity to make her appeal and to give the Crime Stoppers number. So with that, I am going to go ahead and turn this over to our U.S. Marshal for our area. This is going to be Chief Walter Ivy. And then after Chief Ivy, I know that Director Harper will call people to the podium. And then probably after him will be from our Colonel Robert Hodges. So Chief Ivy, please come to the podium and share with you about the event of today.
Paradise Lager, available.
Good afternoon. I'm Walter Martin. I'm the Chief Deputy U.S. Marshal here in New Orleans, the Eastern District of Louisiana. Thank you all for coming. I want to start by thanking the men and women who have been working tirelessly to not only arrest Mr. Massey, but the previous fugitives, as well as those that have helped in Mr. Massey and the others evade the capture and who have brought the others into custody. And I also want to thank the men and women who are working hard to find Mr. Groves. They will continue to work hard. As the chief said, we'd appreciate if Mr. Groves turns himself in, but at the same time, we're not going to stop. We're going to continue on. And just like we found Mr. Massey today, we will find Mr. Groves. We'll continue our efforts. We are thankful too that Mr. Massey came out and there was no problems today. He was arrested around 3:30 this afternoon here in New Orleans.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Colonel Hodges.
Good evening, everyone. Colonel Robert Hodges, Superintendent, Louisiana State Police. As everyone knows, today marks the 6th week of the escape, and it's through the partnership of the men and women and the leaders behind me and those who are not present but still working, as Chief Ivy stated, that we owe the credit to. This is truly has been from day one a joint operation. Although led by Louisiana State Police, our federal partners, the FBI, the ATF, Homeland Security Investigations, the U.S. Marshals, Secret Service, as well as our local partners, New Orleans Police Department, the Orleans Sheriff's Office, the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, and our other state agencies, probation and parole, many of those, as well as our Department of Corrections. Everyone has really given an incredible amount of resources. It's through our resilience and, more importantly, our collaboration is why we were able to bring Mr. Massey into custody today. But let's not lose sight. One still remains Derrick Groves, and without the public's help, I appeal to everyone to please reach out, contact Crime Stoppers, contact the ATF or the FBI. The collective reward remains at $50,000 for that fugitive. And it's imperative for the safety of this community and all of Louisiana that you reach out to us. Those who have continued to help and aid, which includes Antoine Massey, those will also be brought to justice. As I said previously, there are consequences for your actions. And when you help and aid and assist those to remain at large as a risk to the community, you will be charged accordingly.
I wonder, is that same thing going to apply when you let the foundation settle again? And then you start getting the truth out of some of them. Because you know what I had to stop and say about him? I like the fact that he's so structured. I like the fact that he's so swift. I like the fact that he lets it flow. I really appreciated the fact that he gave everybody their homage and their support for doing what they did. But he kind of struck my attention a little bit, because for him to be so swift, I felt like he was very, very, very swift. I felt like he was confident. And I like the fact, again, that he showed them respect. But I wonder, as he was pouring all of that off, because you could tell he got a pretty good memory. You could tell he kind of makes sure he pay attention to certain things. But I wonder, is anywhere in his mind made him say, you know, a probation officer, damn, you know what? I'm sure I can deal with the probation officer. I wonder if that probation officer honestly can tell me whether or not Antoine Massey was holding some legitimate papers. Or I wonder if anywhere in his mind, he's still back there thinking, oh my God, I wonder, with that state attorney, where would he have gotten his paperwork from? Because he said that he's in there for no reason. I mean, because I'm only telling you all this because he was very swift and swaggy. I say he's swag, ain't he? But he's so swag until everything rolled off too crisp for me. See, I hate crispy ass people. That's what people don't understand about me. Me and Crispy don't get along. He was so goddamn crispy until he wasn't thinking crisp. He wasn't thinking in a crispy way. If he is thinking about it, I'm thinking about it with him. Because if I was able to talk to him right now today, see the way you take something and you hit somebody in the head like this, you say him like this, you say, you know what? Let me ask you a question. Do you have any friends over there in the probation office? Do you have any friends over there at the state attorney's office? What chance of this paperwork do you think is real? Or wait a minute. I'm going to try to be as swift and clean and cut as I could be, because I already know we're covering up stuff. But if I just see what he did, he threw your ass off over like that. You didn't even realize you got a hickey, you got headaches, you got all kind of stuff going on. I'm telling you, it's something not right. It's something not right about these people, because even I don't give a damn who you is, what your mammy name is, why you found your mammy. I don't care if you're still on food stamps or food stamps daddy. I can tell you one thing about it, 15 things for sure. Everybody interested in whether or not that paperwork is real. See, we got to get along about nothing else. Because if that paperwork is real, the reason why he did what he did, he went live doing it, is because he's saying, I got the proof. I'm in there for no reason. Ain't nobody going to tell me that they not thinking about that. See, if I don't ask no more questions, I'm going to ask one question of everybody. Is anybody out there wondering, is that paperwork real? Because if that paperwork is real, what y'all going to think then? And I've been rocking for him. I prayed for him to come home. If you go back and watch my live on Thursday, I prayed out loud for him to come home. I said, get on back in. I said, you're going to be okay. I said, if you get in there, I said, I promise you on everything I got, I will make sure you're okay. If you wasn't here when I first started, I made the phone call over there. Go back and play the live back. And anytime I talk Antoine Massey, I'm going to make the phone call over there until I could get over there. But now that I got him over there, and he in there, and I know he's safe, that's not going to stop me from jumping on this auntie. That's not going to stop me from jumping on these lying-ass, tongue-twisting-ass twanglers. They ain't nothing but lying, tongue-twisting-ass twanglers, and the truth ain't in them. That's why they suits so clean, but the inside of this jail, filthy and nasty. And it makes me wonder what you're doing with the money. If y'all don't ask no other question, listen, they can say what they want to say. How about this? If you don't care how nasty the jail is, because they shouldn't be in there anyway, can I ask y'all one question? Does anybody want to know where that funding of the money is at right now? Because the lying ass, tongue twisting ass, twangling of a tongue, Susan Hudson, she say they ain't giving no money. You telling me the jail ain't got no funding? for the jail upkeep and maintenancing. So y'all telling me ain't nobody out there worried about two questions. Is that paperwork legit? And where's our money going if you pay taxes over there? Y'all ain't worried about that? So that right there, and listen, let's say he is guilty. Let's say whatever you want to say. Y'all still don't care where the money going at? It ain't an interesting thing that Antoine Massey came and kind of exposed something. He will be the first one in history to do this in my eyes. Because he went live on y'all. That to me, that's the idea. I don't give a damn what you say. He showed me when they escaped out and came back and told you like that, in that order. And listen, and did like this right here on y'all. Because I got that screenshot. Listen, y'all know how my eyes is. If I see it, I said it. At the end of the day, guess what? I screenshotted it. Not only did I screenshot it, I kept kind of zooming in on it. I'm like, nah, I'm going to see something on here, boy. I seen that lady information. I bet you that. And I don't think I'm the only one that's seen it. I might be the only one that screenshotted it. But I tell you what, we got some lying tongues.
We look forward to the opportunity in the day when Mr. Groves is taken into custody. We would like it to be peacefully. We encourage him and anyone who knows him to reach out to any of the agencies that you see here. You can remain anonymous, but we need your help. And collectively, we will not rest, even if it takes another 6 days or another 6 weeks, until the last fugitive is in custody. Thank you.
Okay. HSI representative.
So I just want to, I guess, reiterate our commitment to our partners here, to public safety here, for the community in New Orleans. We're all very excited that Antoine Massey's in custody now, and we'll continue working alongside each of you to ensure that we bring Groves to custody too. Thank you.
Sheriff Hudson.
Old Smoky on 3. 1, 2, 3, Old Smoky! I'm here to raise the jar.
Okay, good afternoon. I am grateful to stand here with our law enforcement partners. Chief Kirkpatrick and I shared a moment this afternoon when she called me to talk about the press conference, just about the relief about having Antoine Massey into custody. 9 of 10 escapees, we've got 1 more to go. Like all of our law enforcement partners, I call on Derrick Rose to do the right thing and turn himself in. This is a major step forward in our efforts to restore order and accountability after this serious incident. I want to thank our community for reaching out to me personally to provide the information directly leading to Antoine Massey's capture. As soon as I received this information, I reached out to our detectives who are a liaison to the state police, the attorney general, thing, and turn himself.
We bring Groves to custody too. Thank you.
Sheriff Hudson.
Okay, good afternoon. I am grateful to stand here with our law enforcement partners. Chief Kirkpatrick.
Of course, you're grateful to stand there amongst your protectors. I want to know, why has she not tried to defend herself? Her. Because I see that they're doing a lot of conversating about picking him, turn the light off, about picking him up, about making sure he get back to custody, about just everything dealing with the case. Nobody ever said that she's under arrest. She's not a part of any kind of interrogation that I know of. They're not revealing that. Is she under anything? I don't know. It look like I got to wait to get over there to go to prowling and getting in those people's business like I'm a real crawl dog and claws and I'm going to put them on them. And yes, I am. I'm not understanding why she haven't addressed that. She haven't addressed anything. She haven't addressed any accusations. She hasn't addressed anything. But if she's not under anything, why haven't she addressed it? Like saying that she do what she's supposed to do in the house of her jail. This lady, I haven't heard her address anything. I mean, what do they have, gag orders? I'm just really looking at her because I'm trying to get a feel for her. And she looked like, to me, like she can be unfair at times.
And I shared a moment this afternoon when she called me to talk about the press conference, just about the relief about having Antoine Massey into custody. 9 of 10 escapees, we've got one more to go. Like all of our law enforcement partners, I call on Derrick Rose to do the right thing and turn himself in. This is a major step forward in our efforts to restore order and accountability after this serious incident. I want to thank our community for reaching out to me personally to provide the information directly leading to Antoine Massey's capture. As soon as I received this information, I reached out to our detectives who are a liaison to the state police, the Attorney General, the NOPD, and the United States Marshals Task Force. They've set the actions in motion, which led to his capture. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to all of the folks up here and our partners up here. I have to give a special thanks to our deputies, of course, who coordinated and worked together to make this happen. But we're grateful to this community, as both Chief and the Colonel both said. Together, we made this happen, and I'm grateful. I also want our community to know that OPSO continues to harden and modernize the facility. That is well underway. We're installing new razor wire, tightening physical barriers, upgrading locking mechanisms. These all play an important role in the safety of our residents, staff, and the entire community.
Okay, so Kool-Aid. Where do people manners come from? They don't even have manners. They don't even have respect. I'm not being funny. People don't understand. They don't have no kind of respect. But that's okay. I'll go ahead and show my respect shot, and I'll make sure I tell him too. Hey, Antoine, when you ever get a chance to watch this, I'm going to tell you thank you so much. And a lot of people owe you a thank you too, because you sat in there during whatever hard times you sat in there for, whether you're guilty, whether you're innocent. I rock with you as being innocent at this point, and from back then too, from the first day me and you locked eyes, I already knew who you were and still do. And guess what? And I'm glad to know that in your heart, you're not the same person anymore. I know you're not. And after this, I know you wouldn't be the same person, but you're going to be somebody that everybody will always know, and you better know it. But I do want to tell you thank you. I want to tell you thank you because you just changed a lot of inmates, whether they call them criminally guilty, criminally falsely accused, whatever you want to call it. I can tell you this. Y'all about to get y'all jail updated. And y'all need to tell Antoine Massey, thank you for putting a whole bullet on your head for us to get these changes. And if they had any common sense, y'all need to make sure that that jail pin his name on the wall. So y'all need to tell him thank you, because I'm not going to say anything about Mr. Groves. Mr. Groves didn't do what Antoine Massey did. See, Mr. Groves wasn't going to have a chance to get back in there and tell us what his side of the story was, because once they get him back in there, people don't give a damn about you. But what Antoine Massey did something different. He recorded it. He recorded what's actually going on in there in the fifth, the inhumane treatment that they're being tortured with. Again, one may say, well, they should stay out of there. And I agree with you cold-heartedly. But I want to know how many people sitting on the couch with you can't say that they ain't been there. How about that? So when you throw stones, hit the rest of your family and friends down first. How about that? And if you have never been in there and you've never known anybody that ever been in there before, big ups to you. Y'all might be some of the best people I could sit down and talk to, because y'all some of the biggest liars I ever met. And I'll be glad to have conversations with you, because if nobody else don't get down to the truth of what y'all really going through in houses and stuff, I bet you I will. Try me. I bet you I'll figure you out. Like I was saying. Anybody out there, and anybody that's on the level that I'm on, because I'm going to break this and dissect it down all the way down to the T. So when Antoine Massey get ready to finally get out and get to his godmommy, he going to say, you know what, godmommy? He said, man, I've been watching you on there. And guess what? I promise you, he going to say from the bottom of my heart, you couldn't have said it no better. Bet you me and him are going to talk about it. I'll bet y'all any amount of money. Put it in the chat. He going to say, you couldn't have said it no better. He said, you broke them down one by one for me. And they should tell me thank you. They should tell me thank you going forward. Because everybody else that broke out, how many voices have y'all heard? Out of everybody that broke out, the only thing Derrick Grove's going to have on him is he stayed out the longest. But I don't know. Did he do the worst crime? I need to look into it. This is where I know I got a lot of work with this case. Because they call it the top 10. That's the top 10 swangers. I don't know what name I'm going to give him. Somebody should help me give them 10 boys a name. 10 boys. 10 boys to men. Because this is going to change their life forever. One thing about it, if you didn't do the type of crime, y'all will come home and be able to tell your story. And I might be around here to listen to you. I don't know, child. I might be so damn tired. I might say, I don't want to hear nothing going on in nobody's mind. I don't know what they breathing. I don't want to know what they speak. I don't want to hear them. I say, Lord, turn them off. I don't want to hear what all these people trying to tell me. Whew. Y'all don't know what all the things I've heard in my ears from people. And people still got the nerve to be trying to question me who I am. God damn it, I'm the queen. That's why I'm sitting where I'm at. And I'm feeling like this. Y'all better let Antoine, y'all need to let him know thank you. She just said one thing that I know she telling the truth about. Y'all gonna have to clean that nasty ass jail up and get you a haircut, girl.
These are just the first steps in a very urgent plan.
Ooh, Jutes. This is the first step. Y'all better hear. This is the first step to an urgent plan. Because it's going to be so urgent until I wish I was even there for, damn, I wish I was there for his court appearance. That's what I'll start doing. That's what I got to do. I'm going to start making sure I'm going to try. That's what I need to do. I need to see, because I was like, okay, getting there, what I'm going to do? I need to start planning around Antoine Massey's court dates. That's what I got to do. I got to start planning around his court dates, because she just said this is the part of an urgent plan. And to me, honestly, y'all, it's urgent that we produce that paperwork. It's urgent. She just said it. She said this is an urgent plan. He shouldn't be sitting in there for no reason. So if there's anybody out there listening, instead of the auntie over there with these rumors that she messing with the pastor, I don't know. I got to find all of that out. And if she gonna come and talk to me, she better not come with all that damn screaming and hollering and acting like she Borica them. I don't want to hear all that in my damn ear, especially when we talk about this man and Karmelo Anthony, and I'm gonna have to deal with them people over there too. Y'all better stop that. Y'all don't know me. Y'all better know. That's right. That's what I said. This is urgent. So I want this auntie to stop doing all that damn hooping and hollering and talking. This should be urgent. Why would it not be urgent? How long has he been sitting in there? State attorney, is this paper legit? This is urgent. I need to find out who his public defender is. This is urgent. Because if he's producing paperwork, he should have a court date. Urgent. Some people are going to say, why should he get urgent? Because he this, that, and other. But it should open somebody's eyes to say, what is this paperwork? And why won't one of them dumbass attorneys just do a pro bono? I mean, it's like, I mean, for real. But that I'm just, y'all won't believe. It's just something about New Orleans telling me it's something hidden over there. I don't know what it is in that whole land around water. It's something about over there that's telling me like What is it about New Orleans? What is it that make people stay but can't get away? I don't get it. And I'm telling y'all, see, people that probably ain't interested in this type of topic, good. See, I'm interested in it, and it'll catch fire with the right person eventually. And then we'll be able to talk more, because I really don't understand for that to be such a fun place that people like to go and visit. I even had someone that even asked for me to go over to New Orleans to the casino. And it was always something by New Orleans that I was like, I promise you, that's probably why one of the reasons I haven't been there. It just seemed like it was some kind of juju or something going on over there. Like, I don't know I don't know. It was always something. Even with Katrina, and they wiped the whole thing out. And I'm like, why would people really want to go back there? Like, for me, it would be a non-trust factor there for me at that point. But you got those people that they were able to get out and they still ran back. And then to hear Katrina was one of the worst floods that hit New Orleans. If that was one of the worst floods that hit when it broke all the levees, I don't understand within me what would make me want to go back there. And on top of that, you got so many people incarcerated. And it's not even something that people just gossiping about. It's in the statistics will tell you. Like, what is it? I'm so lost. And I keep saying I need to do my history. But I need to speak to someone, because my questions might be some of y'all damn answers.
And we can't do it alone. And we call on all of our partners to help.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm calling on somebody from New Orleans that I could talk to. And we might have to talk about it through this right here. And listen, whoever come and try to talk to me now, I'm telling y'all, I'm not stopping with that goddamn auntie until she say, man, I apologize. I didn't know I sounded like that. Then me and her could be almost okay. And then I'm gonna have to ask her, is she messing with this pastor? I got to get so nosy in things. It's a shame. I got to get so nosy in people's business, but we'll talk about that when the time comes.
Make sure that the investment needed here is done. So again, thank you all for your hard work
and I want to again thank you, Antoine Massey, for changing things over at that jail, because you were out 66 weeks, they said. That's why I don't understand why this news anchor reporting it 2 months. Oh, everybody is in. This is the last one. Like, why did you come on here just because you got paid? Is it any other reason that you could have came to work today? Anywho, we want to thank you. Within 6 weeks, you have changed the filthiness of that jail. And now they're on the news saying that they're going to be making changes. Now that will stop the future escapees. So future escapees, they're getting all new locks. They're upgrading because of Antoine Massey. She just did this video, I think a couple days ago. So if you do this after us about another month or two, you're not going to get away. I'm telling you now.
your partnership, and we look forward to getting Mr. Groves in custody.
Okay, we're gonna take some questions.
I'll be back there.
Hi, sorry, I'm back here and I'm short.
See, I don't want to get on her just yet because look at them. Them the only two grinning like they grinning. Them two right there, buddy. I wonder who he is. I wonder who he is. He just sitting there skinning and grinning, and she grinning too. Like I got all them on my side. They know I'm not like that. But I wonder what gonna happen again when we get that paperwork. My God, to be. The reason why I didn't go in on her is because now that Antoine is back in custody, we'll start hearing the truth. And I told y'all, I said, y'all got to support me. Y'all got to help me. Y'all gonna have to help me get over to New Orleans. If I could do it, I would. Y'all gonna say, why am I being so nosy? When we start figuring out what's going on over there, y'all gonna say, damn, I'm glad you was nosy. Watch. Watch. I'm telling you, it's something not right. Y'all gonna say, I ain't nobody over there. I'm not. But I know this. I'm gonna be somebody Antoine Massey know. And then listen at this. And one thing about Antoine Massey, you ain't gonna tell me a lot of y'all don't know him. You better know it. So y'all got to help me get over there. And you know the thing of it is, I never ask for money. But I'm telling my men, especially my men, I got to tell my men again, it's because I didn't even tell them this last night. We did our Men Only Live. We did our Men Only Live, and you know what? Okay, I'm talking too much because we got a new member in. His name is Ben. Oh my God, this man is phenomenal. And I'm gonna tell you, any ladies out there, if y'all single, we don't know how much time we're gonna have for y'all right now because he is focusing. But I can tell you this: you will be seeing more of him, and you cannot have my band unless I give you the hand. So we're gonna be introducing Ben to the ladies, you know, just to get some of the stress off of him sometimes. And we'll probably be doing that on Sundays or something because child, he getting ready to go to school to be a this. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that tonight. Or, oh, Lord Jesus, it's so much coming down the pipeline. Now back to this story because I'm going to come after her. I can't come after her right now because I need to hear Antoine Massey now. I need to hear him. See, we heard him spewing out things. But see, how fair would it be? How fair would it be for me to start throwing innuendos at her and he haven't given me anything yet? Because I already told you what he tell me in my ears, I guarantee you he gonna be telling me the truth. I guarantee you he gonna tell me the truth.
So in the Holly Grove area, we were able to talk to the owner of the property. He said it was an Airbnb. Do we know if this one was he assisted in renting that Airbnb?
So let's have the colonel speak to that.
So right now, obviously, we're still in questioning Mr. Massey and others who were aiding and assisting him. And we don't have any comment regarding specific details, but it's pretty obvious over the last 6 weeks to remain a fugitive that long. He had assistance, he had help. Whether or not it was someone helped him with the Airbnb, we would have to think yes. But who and all those things will be determined later. And I would just encourage the public. You think you're helping your family members and your friends, but you're not. You're putting everyone else at risk for selfish reasons. And please do not continue to do that with our remaining fugitives.
They sound horrible because that's not on my end. That's them.
Let's say, can y'all take us through the timeline of how long it was from when you got the skip to when he was recaptured?
Okay, so I think the Sheriff, if you can do the timeline and then Chief Dan here, because it occurred in our city, obviously. So please go ahead and explain how you got the clip.
I'm not going to get into the details of how I got it. Of course, we don't. This is we're grateful to our partners at Crime Stoppers, where you can be anonymous in being able to come forward. But this all started between 10 and 11 this morning, culminating in his arrest at 3:30.
So as far as the special operations, the U.S. Marshals, I happened to be at the Special Operations Division complex when they were getting ready to move to that location. So I would say it took no more than an hour from them being activated.
If you need an attorney,
to his capture.
Channel 6.
With Derek Groves still at large and all the other inmates captured, does it still indicate that Groves orchestrator was the ringleader of the original escape?
I would just say that Groves, along with the other 9, all had help. And we know that, and they continue to have help. And we'll just leave it at that. As far as who was the leader in the escape, I think they all 10 wanted to get out on their own. And they would do anything to get out. And whatever that led to is where we are today. But once again, every one of them had some type of assistance throughout the process, especially once they left the facility.
26.
I think the question now that everybody's really wanting to know now is, where's Groves? Do we have a lead on his location now? Do we have at least?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all gonna say, well, you know what? She rocking with who she rocking with, goddammit, and I'm not changing it. That's not on my mind where Groves at. I'm gonna be honest with you. He shot me in the head just then. He said, wake up. You was dozing off just then. And I said, yeah, you're probably right. I was. Because they talking a bunch of hogwashing. We can't get nothing to the top. We ain't gonna get nothing to the top. That's why you got to blow their ass down. You got to chip at it. You got to chip at it. You got to just chip at it just like this. See, why would I go straight to the top with the governor at? Why would I go up there? They gonna say she ain't nobody. I'm gonna say, you don't see this Durban up here? And I ain't nobody. I done plat that goddamn throw down and I ain't nobody. Man, please. I'm somebody. You just don't know it yet. I want to know what makes him think that's on my mind. Yeah, y'all skipping ahead. I'm not skipping the goddamn head. The reason why I'm not skipping ahead is one reason. When I heard the reason for Derek Groves to be gone, it was for murder. Right or wrong, good or bad, he did it or he didn't. That's number one. He skipped away off murder charges. Number two, I don't see him going live. I didn't see him profess his innocence. I didn't see him say why he did it. I didn't hear him say, here's my proof. You still see I'm at the number 2. And I swear for God, every time I look up in the sky, I keep seeing 2 birds. White. Every time I go, they fly me right on where I'm going. I'm like, damn, they flew and told me to just keep going. And I'm like, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I don't care if one person watching. That's 2 more eyes over me. And it make me really give you a show then. I'm not understanding. Why would Derek Groves be on my mind? Now, Derek Groves might be on y'all mind. See, the reason why Derek Groves ain't on my mind, because I don't believe Derek Groves would be trying to hurt me. I didn't do a damn thing to Derek. And then I'll be done putting these elbows on Derek's ass. And then Derek say, ma'am, I'm sorry. I thought you was somebody else. I'm saying, no, you okay, son. Just don't do that no more. Don't do that no goddamn more. I'm going to be honest with you. That's it. I ain't being funny with you. I'm going to say, Derek, I know you, son. I'm going to need you to turn yourself in. You know, you better be glad I got 50 Ks. I'm telling you, if they ask me, I'm going to have to tell the truth. Can I have a lawyer? I ain't got to answer their ass. Can I get a lawyer? At the end of the day, I am on the mind of Antoine Massey, which is, excuse me, is that paperwork valid? Now, I might be skipping ahead in the story, but what he just said, that shouldn't have been the first question. This is why I say you can't even trust news reporters. You can't trust the news. You can't trust news reporters. You can't trust these people over here talking about Karmelo, Anthony, guilty and all that old foolishness like that. You can't even trust them, because when I take them to the beginning of the story, because nobody have answered me yet with Karmelo Anthony, I said, what started this? Ain't nobody told me yet what started it. They keep skipping ahead in the story. They skipping ahead in the goddamn story. That's what they did. They skipped ahead in the story, because everything that they done told me is not what started it. That's not what started. I say, what started it? Oh, because Antoine Massey was sitting up under their tent. That ain't what started it. I said, if anybody want to know what started, can somebody say, Queen, what started it with Antoine Massey, with Karmelo Anthony? How did this story start? What happened? We need to know what started it. We don't need to know the end of it. See, now right here, we already know what started it. I know what started it. Antoine with a woman. That's what started it. Okay, he ran. He caught. Now we need to know, because you are professing you're innocent. Now I want to know, now that y'all have caught him. I wouldn't have skipped ahead to Derrick Groves. Not when you talking about y'all one of the people caught. You don't know where the other person at, knucklehead. So, we just want to know where he's at. I mean, if you want to know where he at, what you think the rest of them up on the stage want to do? Like, you're asking dumb questions. They're stupid. It doesn't make sense to me. You're skipping ahead in the story, because I would like to know from Antoine Massey. I wish I could hear one of these reporters say, hey, I have a question for you. Has it been confirmed of any of the accusations that Antoine Massey has made?
Target on him, or is it a shot in the dark at this point?
Look, just as we said in previous conferences, we have many investigative tools and technology and a lot of leads that come in. All the tips that the public brings to us are investigated to the fullest. Sometimes we think we're incredibly close, and then we get to a residence, an apartment, a condominium, or a home, and they've just moved. Because
you know why he said that? Because he had said that 6 weeks ago when they were still looking for Antoine Massey. He said that then. All you did was waste our money. And you wasted my ears. You asked a dumbass question. You already knew this man was going to say that, because he said this already. He said that. So why would that be what's on y'all mind? That's all on y'all mind? Y'all ain't putting no other kind of story pertaining to this. Now, what I'm talking about right now ain't a hot commodity. I wonder why. I wonder when the price of gold gonna change for me. At some point, man, I'm telling y'all, the price of gold got to change for you. If you done been working at it and you've been chipping at it, you better keep going, because you're on the other side of it now. This 2025 for a reason. I said, if something, man, you got to just keep chipping at it. Something gonna have to give. The price of gold ain't gonna be the same. It ain't. The price of the I see them eights. I just seen a flash of eights and a zero. The price of gold ain't gonna be the same. It ain't. It ain't. Nobody wants to ask none of the questions I'm asking today. Y'all mark this day. Today is June the 29th. It's 3:26. Why don't we hear any of the questions that I'm saying today? Why don't we hear any of these questions yet? Because they so worried about protecting, and they turning all of this into just inmates. And then they're going to push you up under the rug and go to telling you about, oh, we updated the locks. But what about the commodes, though? What about all that black stuff on the walls we seen? So y'all going to take all them inmates and move them over? It ain't our fault y'all running a private jail over there and y'all making it, creating y'all own goddamn rules. I forgot about that. They are in their private jail. That's what it is too. They over there on their own land. Like, it's almost like when you go to the casino. At the casino, you have the Hard Rocks and the horrors and stuff like that. You go over there on their land, and it's on the Indian reservation. They have their own rules. That's their own land. That's where they run things at. That's where they get to do this and do that. Here's my problem to it. And I can't wait to be able to make a stink out of this. I want to know, when those Indians on their land and their reservation, because they're making their rules, that's why they got their own cops and all of that stuff. That's private property, basically. Not basically, it is. It's private property. I want to know, who are they to be able to shut a whole state down and say nobody else can open gambling but y'all, and then y'all constantly beat people at the casinos? So the arcades that exist, they're not allowed to open. So when you come in the state, like you come in Florida and you come here, there's also arcades just like there are casinos. But when you go in an arcade technically is illegal on the state level. But because the rules, the laws that they have, it borderlines. So the inner side of the state, which is the city and the county, they give the arcades the license to continue to run their arcades. But somebody could call and like be mad with them, and it's a report to go out. They'll come from the state and they'll arrest them and shut down the arcade. And I'm saying to myself, but why? You already got them and know you can't put your casino over here. So why would you be basically cock blocking? See, it's just what they be doing. They cock block. And I'm just wondering why.
Because they have help. We're still confident, just as we were about 2 or 3 weeks ago when we had a conference when we were at 8 and went from 5 to, and then 3 on, it was Memorial Day, if y'all recall, 1 in Baton Rouge and 2 in Texas. We still believe today that we will find these, and it's due to the resilience of law enforcement. It's a lot of good police work coupled with investigative tools and technology and the state-of-the-art equipment that we use to help us. And, we can't do it alone. We need the court's help. I failed to mention earlier, our Eastern District of Louisiana, our U.S. Attorney's Office is very helpful to us, as well as all our judicial districts in and around the state that provide us the assistance and grant and honor our requests for state or federal warrants, which helps further these cases. They take time, they take patience, and we just ask the public to continue to trust law enforcement, and then we will eventually locate Mr. Groves.
Thank you all for coming out. We appreciate it.
I have one more question.
Okay, we'll wrap it up.
I have a question. Did the tip come directly to the sheriff, or did it come?
The early mornings, the tall peaks, the long sits.
Through Crime Stop. I'm sorry, can we just clarify that a little bit?
Yeah, it came directly to me.
Okay, so did they just call you up?
I'm not going to give any information about that.
Did they get the $50,000?
I'm sorry?
Did they get the $50,000?
I'm not.
Law enforcement, and then we will eventually locate Mr. Groves.
Thank you all for coming out. We appreciate it.
I have one more question.
Okay, we'll wrap it up.
I have a question. Did the tip come directly to the sheriff, or did it come through Crime Stop? I'm sorry, can we just clarify that a little bit?
Yeah, it came directly to me.
Okay.
See that? I thought so. I said, no. See, she's a goddamn liar. This is a lying ass tongue. Listen, when they first said about where the tip came in at, this lying tongue forehead, she went to fumbling around as if it basically came through Crime Stoppers and ... She just said the tip came directly to her, or did I just miss something? That's not what she said before. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything, because I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get her ass.
Continue to trust law enforcement, and then we will eventually locate Mr. Groves.
Thank you all for coming out. We appreciate it.
I have one more question.
Okay, we'll wrap it up.
I have a question. Did the tip come directly to the sheriff, or did it come through Crime Stop? I'm sorry.
He said, did the tip come directly through the sheriff, or did it come? She a liar. This lady is a liar. She just told on her goddamn self. This lady is a goddamn liar. She's a liar, and we gonna make sure that we hold this right. She's a damn liar. I need to clip this right here. She is a damn liar. That's why the man asked the question. That's why he asked the question. He asked the question. He said, did the tip come through the Crime Stoppers, or did it come through the sheriff's office? She is the sheriff. But why didn't she say that the first time? She made as if it came through like Crime Stoppers. So why would she say that?
Sorry, can we just clarify that a little bit?
Yeah, it came directly to me.
It came directly to her lying, mohawk cutting, Eddie Monster stalk having ass. It came directly to her ass. She told her LIEC. How would you lie in my goddamn ear like that? And you know I don't miss nothing when I'm talking about serious business. This lady lied. That's why he asked that question. She just lied. See, all you got to do is just get caught up one time with me. You on my radar, girl, for real. You're on my radar. I'm going to tell you why you're on my radar for the main reason. You're on my radar because no matter what happened with Antoine Massey, why did you lie about where that tip came from? See, some people going to say, what's the big deal about the tip? Well, dummies, it's the real big deal about where the damn tip came from. This lady is a liar. This lady is a harsh person. If I can't say nothing else about it, I could say she's a liar. Because guess what? I want to know who that person was that asked that question, because I know he was thinking like I was thinking. Hey, so this came through Crime Stopper. Because see, most people gonna miss that. Now that was an important question. Thank you, dude. Who is that dude? Thank you, dude. See, all the rest of them talking about, yeah, you know, one of the things that we're worried about, you know, we want to know, you know, is Derrick Groves, you know, what's your plan? You know, he didn't even say what's the plan for him. Oh, we just want to know that, you know, when are you gonna catch him? I mean, God damn it. When did they catch you? They just caught you just now. We caught you asking a dumbass question. You're caught. Tag. Who's it? This dummy right here. She's a dummy. This lady is a liar. This lady is not going to tell the truth. The truth isn't in her. And she's making me put too much emotions in. And I'm kind of ready for my Men Only Live on a Sunday. And it's not even supposed to be today because she got me turned up. And it's 1112. That's my mom. Y'all better play that number 1112. I don't even know if it came today. 1112. 1112. She's a liar. That's where we caught her at. We caught her on our first live. Actually, we didn't catch her on our first live. We asked her a question and she just told the lie on herself. So we didn't do it. I'm just saying. I was just listening to her. I was listening to her because I know that's not what she said. And if the news guy, if he's present, I wish I could ever talk to him. I will. I want to know if he's the one that asked that question. I would like to know what made him ask that question. Because y'all notice, I even asked where did the tip come in from. And it wasn't today. I asked where the tip came in from when I heard about it. And as you notice, I have not dropped any footage yet, but just one footage.
Okay. So did they just like call you up?
I'm not going to give any information about that.
Why would she not give information about what happened? And then she laughing about it. Like, why not? That's not public record. It's not public record to say how you got that tip. Why not though? I'm trying to think what the legalities would be if the tip came to you. Why wouldn't you have been able to say they called the desk and someone anonymously gave the information? I'm just right. I don't know why. I don't know why. Why would that not be a big deal? Like, why would that be a big deal? Oh, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm like, I want to know why. Why did she lie about that? I don't get that.
$50,000.
I'm sorry.
Did they get the $50,000 reward?
I'm not involved in.
Look, just so everybody understands.
Ooh, she got scared. Wait a minute. Is y'all pulling out a heist on us? Oh, Jesus, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Did the tip come directly to the sheriff or did it come through Crime Stopper? I'm sorry, can we just clarify that a little bit?
Yeah, it came directly to me.
It came directly to me. Okay.
Okay. So did they just like call you up?
I'm not going to give any information about
Yeah, she's not going to give that information, guys.
Did they get the $50,000?
I'm sorry.
Did they get the $50,000 reward?
I'm not involved in.
Look,
damn. But like, even if she's not involved in it, like, why was it like I'm not involved in that? What kind of heist did they just pull? I want to know, is it a secret? Why is that a secret? And then why did she get so disgruntled just now? If somebody might say I'm overreacting, but I want to know how I'm overreacting. And when you're a defense attorney, man, you got to get to the bottom of things. The guy told me the other day, I'm just being nitpicky. Goddamn it! Then what you think I'm supposed to do if I'm talking about Karmelo Anthony and he's been falsely accused and charged, and it's self-defense? How you going to tell me about the word nitpicking? How you going to tell me about nitpicking? What you mean nitpicking? What you mean by nitpicking? Huh? Huh? What you mean I was nitpicking? When you're trying to get to the bottom of things, aren't you supposed to nitpick? And if I'm trying to get to the bottom of things, y'all tell me, y'all be honest. Shouldn't I be getting down to the bottom of things? I told y'all while I go to, this is why I have my men only live. Even though they've been slipping and slacking, that's okay. I'm gonna give you some men in there that don't even speak English. They're just gonna be watching me do this. They don't even speak English. You better know it. Man, I ain't with that. I ain't with that. Yeah, y'all better know it. You be nitpicking. I get your ass on, dude. What you think I'm supposed to do as a I'm the self-defense attorney on here. Okay. I reports to y'all when some stuff ain't right. And hey, bring it to me and I'm gonna break it down. And I'm gonna break it down in my way. So if I got to do your story in a 4-part, just be glad I'm doing a story. You'll be interested. That's what I'll start doing. I should start selling my services of breaking a story down for people. That's what I should do. But guess what? I'm putting that in the air because I got to break the story down. You the blueprint to me. You know what I'm going to tell the people. You know what angle I'm going to be looking at. You don't get none of that. I get it. I get it. I get it. So I'm talking about this story for a reason. You got to break the story down. Yes, I'm going to be nitpicking. I'm telling y'all right now, when y'all come here for me, I'm very nitpicky until I ain't going to, you know what? I was about to say, I'm not really nitpicky with my men, but I'm going to take that back. I am nitpicky with my men. And some I've have started being a little bit more nitpicky with, because when they go to trying to lean to the side again on you, you be like, stand back up now. Stand back, get back off me. See, because when I want you to lean on me, your asses don't lean. Stand back up. We in the woods. Listen, get back up. So you got to get, when you go to getting nitpicky on the ass, they go to backing up, but they back up in the way, man. I'm sure I could do it. You damn right. Back up. When they go to get no. See, that's what a real queen do. So when I get with my men, for the most part, I don't nitpick with them. But if you see me getting nitpicky with your ass, you better know it's for a reason. And that's how I am. And then when I see, I say, okay. Damn, we working good. We doing what we supposed to do. I come into my men only live. I feel like, listen, I feel like they ain't ignoring me today. Make you feel good. Everybody back in their own lanes and we back on track. We're trying to get through these things and tighten up just like that. And you don't think I'm a nitpick at these knuckleheads? These people is lying. These people is hiding these nuts. I'm gonna tell y'all. See, because if I was one of my men and they had any one of my men that make me laugh like that, like Gotten ain't the one. Listen, Gotten is, I can't wait for y'all to come to the men only and y'all can talk to Gotten. If Gotten up here, I can say, Gotten, do you think this man was wrong? This man is say, TQ, you know what? He was. He'll give, I wish I don't even know if Gotten is here today. But God said, Gotten, come up on the stage, Gotten. I have to ask you a question. And when Gotten get up here, I wish he was here because he'll jump up here. And you know what? Sometimes when I'm talking here and there, just understand I am talking to my men sometimes. So if y'all can hear me kind of breathe off and say something, it's because I know my men are also watching. It's the men that's, you know, the men of the man cave. Y'all don't know about my man cave? Oh my goodness, y'all need to find out when I do a man cave. Because this man right here, I can't wait till he come home and get in the cave. He gonna have to knock all these people down. He gonna have to knock down so many walls. But what he don't understand is he already knocked the walls down. He already knocked the wall. In my mind, he done knocked the walls down. That's why I'm chipping at it. He's knocked the walls down for me. I'm chipping at it at this point. And one thing I can say, if he ever tell you Because he gonna tell you. He gonna say, Gotti. He said, you were saying everything I wanted to say. He said, you're right. All I got to do is just sit back. I got you. I got you. Just let the people talk. Don't interrupt the folks. Y'all notice I ain't been interrupting them. I just been bringing y'all some bullet points because you can't just keep walking through without bullet points. Then you make me have to go in extra work back. Okay, thank you.
Just so everybody understands, the reward remains $50,000. Of course, it's a combination through Crime Stoppers, through ATF and FBI. And certainly if they reach out to one of those hotlines, those tip lines, they are eligible for that reward. But I don't want to go into the details. I don't think we just standing right there outside the residence and handing out a check. It remains anonymous, and Crime Stoppers does an incredible job. Darlene and her team, and all those who take the calls round the clock. And it is available. I don't know, the process, but I'm.
Ain't nobody, how he going to explain that like that? Unless I'm confused and lost. Like, nobody asked you that process. And then you explaining listen, okay, I get what's going on here. He must have done went and ventured off on his own answer. And then when he ventured off on his own answer, he must have went to talking about Derrick Groves, because you already got Antoine. We talking about the one right now. We not talking about, see, this is what I'm telling you. When you talk to people, I would have said, excuse me, Sheriff, but that's not who he was referring to. He's not talking about somebody that you ain't captured. You just told us you don't got the means. You got the means to get them, but y'all don't got enough eyes. You just told us that. So I don't know why. Honestly, I need to say why. I'll get back to him. Why did he venture off like that? If I ventured off the wrong way, and I could have swore I heard what I just heard. Now.
Certain in days to come, if they had called Crime Stoppers, but I'm gonna leave it to Darlene. Come on.
Darlene, you can share the number with people, because we are vetting every tip through Crime Stoppers. And it's about how many now?
We've had over probably now 1,200 original tips and several thousand that are follow-ups.
Yeah.
And I can only speak to the fact that we did receive a tip today, which I understood led to the arrest of Mr. Massey. So we'll be working with our partners, the U.S. Marshals, and on the Crime Stoppers portion. And if that is the qualifying tip, again, our tips are anonymous, so we don't know.
I don't know why I keep coming back to this tip with this sheriff. Because you see how this white lady got up here, and this lady just told a story just like that. And she didn't say nothing else. She just told that story just like that. Like I'll be able to pick her deception so quick. I say, lady, would you sit down? Me and you got on the same color. You got on your shirt and I got on my rings. Earrings, that is. Can you please, because I figured you out. You're okay. You're not going to lie when under pressure. You don't even got to be under pressure. What's that? I didn't mean it like that. All I'm trying to tell you is, I see this is where I want you to go. But you see how easy it was. See how it flowed off just like that. So you got the good and the bad in this picture right here. You got the bad, right, white man right there, because he's got so many goddamn lies. He don't even realize he got on the tuxedo up under his drawers. He's just an outright liar. And you can tell he is, and he's kind of sharp with it as well. Then you look at her. You're like, okay, white lady, I appreciate the fact that you ain't really had to get scared to tell the truth. I believe you when you're saying what you're saying. See how easy it was for her to say that. But when we asked Miss Black Ass Cop back there, Sheriff, that is, Susan Hudson, when we asked her any questions, if you didn't notice, she got like aggressive. I don't want to talk about this lady. All she said was the tips are anonymous. Why couldn't Susan Hudson say the same thing? I don't know. Why couldn't she say the same thing? I don't know what I'm accusing her of. But when I figure it out, I'm going to come back to it. But again, I can't pass that many judgments because Antoine just got there. And I need to start looking up court dates and stuff. Finding out public defenders.
Know who they might have spoke to or where they came from. It is an anonymous tip, and we don't ask those questions. As far as the FBI's reward process, we will certainly point them to that direction so that they can then work through that process.
But why did we start talking about the process? He honestly, go back and listen to it. I'm not playing it back. Go back and listen to it. He honestly was referring to Antoine Massey. How did they skip ahead to processes and how much is available?
For the additional 20,000. And it's the number, you know, it's 822-1111, or go online to crimestoppersgno.org. And yes, we encourage anyone with information on Mr. Groves. Y'all have been calling. We're getting tips daily on the two inmates. You know, continue. And thank you to law enforcement. Yeah. Incredible.
How you, wait. Oh, you just talking as of today, that day. Okay. Because I want to know how you still getting thousands of tips. If I hear anything like that again, I'm gonna swear for God, I'm gonna be looking at the dates they show me, because I'm gonna make sure. How did you get them on this date? How did you get that date? I can't wait. This is gonna be so fun to me. I'm probably gonna have paperwork everywhere. Y'all gonna say this girl thinks she is really the attorney. I'm gonna say, you think I ain't? I bet you one thing, he gonna be able to tell his story peacefully.
Work, you know,
because see, for right now, everybody think he nobody, but he is somebody. He the one that escaped, they say, but they let him out, and he went. May have been right or wrong. Then he found enough Wi-Fi with a phone and plugged in to the internet and told the world about the harsh treatment, how long he's in there, and he shouldn't be in there, and he got the paperwork. He would be the first one in history to have done it. So y'all ain't gonna know him in the world. Everybody judged him for his tattoos in his face. I'm interested in this story, and I'm not backing down from it, because I tell you one thing, where there's some smoke is some fire, baby.
You know, $50,000 is life-changing for a lot of people. It'd be life-changing for me. So let's make sure that people understand that. You have information, it leads to an arrest like today. That's $50,000 minimum that we've already committed to, okay?
Yeah, and can you speak a little bit more to those Instagram posts that Massey allegedly made? You know, was that him making the post?
I need to talk to him. See, they see what they're doing. See, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That is somebody there. This man, whoever this man is, I wish I could hear who that reporter is, because you could tell he's on to the same thing. He's on to the same thing. It's the truth, because something, listen, where there's some lies, I promise you're going to find some truth. And where there's some truth, lies got to be hidden, because you can't cover them up like that. You can't do it. You can't. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Somebody going to crack coming through those roots. I said what I said. Somebody going to crack coming through those roots. Because see, when the roots are buried so deep down there, I told somebody this last night, man. I say, man, when you lay things down the right way, the roots cannot be lifted unless they get the right kind of equipment. And that be costing a whole lot of money, and they still be taking days to pick it up and get it out the roots. That mean them was some hellified roots, boy, and they did everything they could to get from being rooted up. These people. Is
that someone else? Will those lead to any arrest?
This man know what he's asking. This man is asking the same. See, why y'all worried about the money now? We are not talking about Derrick Grove. Again, the man already said there's nothing they could do. You know good and damn well they didn't take the stuff back already. So why aren't we talking about the issue at hand? That man said, wait a minute. So now, are we allowed to discuss the recording? Y'all heard him. He said, are we allowed to discuss the recording that Massey had online? See, they don't want to talk about that. Why she say she can't? Because everything is under investigation.
Arrest.
You know, go ahead and speak to it. It's still under investigation.
Look, we have a lot of posts, a lot of social media, as y'all know, and some things are dated. everything that we see online, our fusion center, our law enforcement partners, it's vetted, it's collaborated. But keep in mind, by the time you see it, someone else has already seen it. You don't know the exact time and date.
This man telling a damn lie. And you see how his mouth look? Because he lied like a damn frog. He telling a damn lie. Did this man just come on here and tell us that? He telling a damn lie. Every time I go to say it, they telling a damn lie. I need that. Hey, Bunqueat Feet. This man telling the biggest goddamn bowl of hogwash. I wish I was sitting on here with the Beast. Listen, one of the channels, the name of his channel is Beast Mode. And I tell you what, boy, y'all got to go watch him. If I wish I could drop his channel in the comments, y'all go over there and subscribe to him. Man, y'all will love him. This man telling so many goddamn lies until the truth ain't even around his. Look how his head at the top. He got the truth up there. The truth not coming out his mouth. The truth ain't in the uniform. He gonna say, he basically trying to spin it and say that video that we all watched with Antoine Massey, he's trying to say that video has been edited. So I got a question. Every one of the videos that I've seen got the exact same things on it. Answer the goddamn question, officer of the law. You're under oath right now. We want you to answer the question. May you feel it was edited enough? Do you feel it's enough to open up an investigation and ask yourself these particular questions? Knucklehead sandwiches. That's why his mouth is like that. He is a great liar. Y'all know we seen the same video. He's trying to push it under the rug. If Antoine Massey was sitting right here next to me, he'll say, "Get him, Queen." I say, "I'm going to get there. I wish I could stand up and do the goddamn dance on y'all ass. I'm going to get him because he's lying now. Now I just call him in a lie." So one for him and one for the sheriff, Susan Hudson. She just lied too. She lied about something so simple. That was about the money. The Crime Stopper money. Why did she lie about that? Then got so aggressive and like she was about to fold. What, you about to fold somebody? I know you know that tricky. You know, Chris Rock said that. I know you know that tricky stuff. That ain't what Chris used to say. But I just don't use that S word. But if he said, I'm gonna say, "Did you see what y'all? Did y'all rewind that?" Don't give a damn. You ain't gonna put no goddamn restrictions on me just because they said that over there. If I want to say that, I'm gonna say that. But I decided not to say certain words. And y'all know on July 17th, it will be coming up as 2 years that I could say I haven't used profanity outwardly. It's a good feeling. Now, please don't tempt me, people, because I'm a work in progress. And that's when I hold myself accountable for things. But I'm going to get myself, trust me. But I'm going to get you too now. That's what people do. I tell y'all, listen, it ain't what you say to me. It's always what I say back. And I do like this. And I say something back to somebody and they be like, and I start racking up enemies. I'm like, damn, why I racked up enemies? All I did was tell the truth. And I make sure I say that, hey, listen, let me ask you a question. I know you're mad at me right now, but did I tell the truth? If I told the truth, you can't get mad at me. Now, it's your fault that you mad about the truth. It's like these passport bros and the men over in the other countries. See, there's so many of the men in other countries, like Dominican men done call me out my name, a B-I-T-C-H and an IGA. A Cubano has called me a B-I-T-I-C-A, a Chacha, and an IGA. And guess what? And if you play the tapes back, I did not call them out their names. One of them even called me a monkey. And like this man looked like, well, his lips. And I'm saying to myself, now, why are you calling me out my name? So you know what the conflict of interest is? The conflict of interest is this, Passport Bros. How is it that these men over here are calling me out my name and monkeys and iggas and all that type of stuff? That mean they don't respect me. So you think they really like you? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So you don't care if the men like you. You don't care if the men like you, but you don't think that girl got no daddy? So if that girl got a daddy, who you think she was learned by? So you talking about slick. So she done already heard that they can't stand y'all black asses anyway, but y'all run over there and act like you're finding your best time wives and stuff. And then guess what? All you did was move over there and let them teach you how to get baited up. Because I got the footage to where these men have been calling me out my name, but I didn't disrespect them. Yeah, I said that story. I said that story because we're about to run into the same situation again. Because when you go to talking about certain hot topics with these ones, it seems like they go to getting antsy and they go to them like, wait a minute. But I'm asking you a question. Am I telling you the truth? I'm just asking a question. See, they avoiding questions. Look at his mouth, because he's an avoider.
You don't, but we do. And so just like when they move from home to home, or
we didn't ask you about the home. We talking about the video online.
Neighborhood to neighborhood throughout the city or throughout the state, they're constantly moving. So it's actionable intelligence, and it's only good for a short amount of time. So
what the hell did they have to do? I got to be wrong. Now I got to play it back because I want to know, how did he skip ahead? If I'm not mistaken, did this young smart man say, excuse me, Sheriff, I got to be wrong. This cannot have anything to do with this young man asking about that video.
Was that him making the post? Was that someone else? Will those lead to any arrests?
Go ahead and speak to it. It's still under investigation.
Look, we have a lot of posts, a lot of social media.
For a lot of people, it'd be life-changing for me. So let's make sure that people understand that. You have information, it leads to an arrest like today. That's $50,000 minimum that we've already committed to, okay?
Yeah, and can you speak a little bit more to those Instagram posts that Massey allegedly made? Was that him making the post? Was that someone else? Will those lead to any arrests?
Go ahead and speak to it. It's still under investigation.
Look, we have a lot of posts, a lot of social.
These people evaded that question. And then he evaded the question. And then he went further, deeper into it. Out of the question.
Media, as y'all know, and some things are dated. Everything that we see online, our Fusion Center, our law enforcement partners, it's vetted, it's collaborated. But keep in mind, by the time you see it, someone else has already seen it. You don't know the exact time and date. You don't, but we do. And so just like when they move from home to home or neighborhood to neighborhood throughout the city or throughout the state, they're constantly moving. So it's actionable intelligence, and it's only good for a short amount of time. So to answer your question, we confirm all of the social media posts, regardless of the platform. We utilize that as an investigative lead. And then if we can move further that, we do. And I think sometimes it helps us, but sometimes it really just excites the public, and maybe it's a good piece for you all. But I just want to close with this. I know it's going to be asked, but I'll go ahead and voice it to you all. Mr. Massey, once we finish processing him and bringing him back to the Orleans Parish Jail and doing the booking, he will be relocated to the Angola, to our state prison, and it will be flown there sometime later this evening. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming out. Thank you. Let's make a whole over.
Wait a minute. What is the Angola He put the word in at Angola prison to teach him a lesson. So wait a minute. What is Angola prison? Okay. So Angola prison, that's the Louisiana State Penitentiary. Angola is the largest maximum security prison in the United States. It holds, I'm reading it off, it holds 6,300 prisoners, 1,800 staff, including correction officers, janitors, maintenance, and so forth and so on. My question is, wait a minute. So wait. Because he was in jail. So if he was in jail, why didn't I know he was sentenced? I'm not under, like, how much time was, I know I haven't read anything that mentioned anything about he was sentenced. So if he wasn't sentenced, then why is he going to the prison? Because that's where they're going to hold him at? Is he going to the prison because they're going to be holding him? I'm just interested. I'm interested because I didn't know he was sentenced. And we're going to see if we could call the jail and see. I want to know. No, I want to know.
We're calling the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office automated inquiry system. Para continuar en español, presione 2. It is recommended that you have writing material available.
That's crazy.
Information about arrestees, charges, commissary deposits, and visitation schedules may also be obtained from the
That's crazy.
website www.opso.us.
I wonder why you can't.
This is an invalid document. Please try again.
I'm gonna see if I can learn how to get in there.
This is an invalid document. Please.
So I'm calling over to the Orleans Parish Jail.
The call is being terminated due to no response.
How did I not respond? I gave you a pound. I'm gonna call back over there. Listen. At the end of the day, I didn't read anything that said that he was sentenced before. He's been sitting in there waiting to go to court. How did he get us? Unless they're just housing him there, I wish I had. This is why when I met, he's a defense attorney over in Texas, and he and I met last Sunday. Matter of fact, they're going to be coming on tonight, and I'm going to go over tonight, and I'm going to ask him some questions now, because he should be on tonight. He was supposed to be going. They were supposed to be going to New York, and that's when I was going to go there, and they're going to be a part of this P. Diddy thing. It was something else that they was having going on, and he invited me over there in New York to another show that he does. So I'll probably be trying to stream from somewhere like that too. But tonight I'm gonna stream from there because we're gonna have a defense attorney on. So I'll make sure I'm gonna go over to DJ Genesis. I wish if we got DJ Genesis link, I definitely would like to drop that in the chat, because she definitely be having very, very, very good content over to her house. So she'd be pretty interested in engaging when I go over there. Yeah, you'll start seeing a lot more of her. I just did a thing on her with these people surviving DJ Genesis. I'm working on that. So I'm going into part 2 of that. Y'all got to start watching some of these things. Y'all be like, what happened now? Yeah, they caused me to rile up at their ass too. I forgot. I got to introduce her to my schedule. Yeah. So DJ Genesis, she's right here in the chat. Y'all go ahead over there and subscribe to her as well. She's very, very, very interesting content over there. And I will be streaming tonight from over there. So tune in. I think it's at about 8 or 9 o'clock. I'll put it out in the post in case anybody going to come and see. I don't know why he would be at Angola jail and Angola prison. Like, why? The only reason I would accept, because again, I didn't read anything to say that he was sentenced. I only read that he was there, if I'm not mistaken, since November. He got the paperwork and everything where the lady dropped the charges. And he not even supposed to be in there. And they won't let him out. And Susan Hudson. I don't even want to go down this list, because I'm repeating what he said and I'm believing him until I talk to him. Because we had a few damn names on here. But I know one thing, I'm not going to forget Susan Hudson. I don't give a damn if I forget my name. I remember her. Jason Williams. He said be juggins and stuff in there. So I think he's saying jug, where they be stabbing you. Jason Williams is the district attorney. I just got this book right here because I got Al Sharpton on here. Damn. I was going to call Al Sharpton too. He got a number on here. I'm going to call his ass. Listen, Al say, oh, I do this from 1 to 4. I've called Al during that time while this young man, while I'm over here praying hard to get him where he need to be back safe and sound. Because I know they thought I was going to let this alone. I'm not going to let it alone. I call Al. Al don't have, you can't even get the voicemail there. 877 177. Don't try to embarrass me. Oh, what the hell? That's what they do. You get them up there in their power, and then you can't reach their ass when you try to call them. They give you their phone number. They say, call me. They say, I'm here at X amount of time. And call me between these hours. If you go over there and look on Facebook, he said, call me between the hours of 1 and 4. He is live. I haven't been able to reach him. See? And I have called this number plenty times. But maybe he just got through going live. I don't know. Maybe they still on. I don't know. And I don't feel like getting lost trying to find Facebook, because he is. If you go over to Facebook, just type in Al Sharpton, and he'll come up, and you'll see on his page where he tells you that he do a live, and he's there from 1 to 4, and he gives you the phone number 877-532-5797. I got the number that y'all got, until I get over there and get my own special number. And I'm going to say, oh, I could call Al over here. These people say, girl, you got such a big head. No, I don't. I don't have no big head. I don't feel like I have no big head. I just feel like, why can't I sit in that same room? Why not? If you respect an age and you respect the history, you're respecting experience, you expecting a mature conversation, why I can't sit in that room? I can sit and say, yes, so Al, you know what? I even have it on my live. And I'm telling y'all, I love pulling out the receipts. I'm going to say, Al, I'm not being funny, but because I like, if you're going to tell on me, let me tell on me first. Okay. Because if I left something out, it might've been intentionally. But I'm going to say, I sat in there on my live and I said, damn, I done call Al, and Al don't even call me back. I got a feeling I'm going to tell Al that. And I'm going to say, you can even look on one of my lives when I told you that, in the day, June 29th. You better know it.
Here, please. Okay, thank you.
Pet Libro, designed better for your lives together.
Okay, so big breaking news out of New Orleans as the penultimate escaped inmate has been captured. His name, Antoine Massey. Remember, all 10 of these inmates escaped there from the Orleans Parish Jail Complex on May 16th. What is it? June 27th there. So 6 weeks on the lam for Antoine Massey. We heard there that an anonymous tip came in to the tip line with information regarding the whereabouts of Massey. That tip came in today, and they took him into custody today here. I want to put up the photo of some of law enforcement officials taking Massey into custody. This was posted by Louisiana State Attorney General Liz Murrill, the Republican. And so, like I said, one more. Derek Groves still out there. One of the questions was, you heard there, what leads, if any, are out there that law enforcement is tracking down to bring Derek Groves back into custody? You see them all. Now 9 of them recaptured. One, though, still missing, Derek Groves. So this is a story we're going to continue to follow. It may have kind of slipped off your radar, so to speak. It definitely slipped off mine as we just got this press conference. We brought you live back out there to the New Orleans skyline over the Big Easy. You see there the Caesars Superdome.
This guy right here is so embarrassing. He is so damn embarrassing. I don't even want to follow up with him. I don't even want to really talk about him. He was just embarrassing to me. I'm like, what is this guy talking about anyway? I'm like, what is this man really talking about? He just brought no pressure to it. He didn't bring pressure. He was just like, yeah. And we have him. He was just sitting there just getting paid. While most of us be around here working like damn dogs. I'm trying to understand, why is he in Angola? Why is he going? I'm going to understand maybe, and I'm going to ask tonight. I need to write that question down. Why is he going? Why is he going to the Angola prison? Like, is that because he escaped and at this point he's maximum security? Maybe that's what it is. Or is he automatically found guilty once you escape? I'm only asking, like, why did he have to go back to prison? Why did he go to prison if he wasn't in prison? See, this is where, honestly, I wonder if I would even be able to talk to Antoine's auntie, and she even know why he in there. Because clearly the family is so disconnected, and ain't nothing wrong with that, because I got a disconnected family too. They not disconnected, I am. I disconnected. Hell no, I don't care. I don't want to be bothered. I ain't doing it. Did it already, done it, done. That's when you done did it, done it, and you say bye-bye. See you another time. Woo, it gone. And you start it all over again. But this family, because it would be good to know, like, what really happened, because we fumbled through the story, and I don't know. It has to be because he escaped, so that means his charges should still be pending. Black prisoners, what? Black prisoners organized for dignity in Angola. What? Black prisoners organized for dignity in Angola, Louisiana's modern day plantation. Y'all know me. Y'all fire y'all's up, I'm gonna fire mine up. I go to burning mine too. I go to burning that thing, because boy, when you need to make sure that energy stay right in the room, sometimes you got to say, Lord, keep it in the room, please. And if it's negative, can you get it out? Because I don't want that. But I got to dig into this story, because if I don't dig into the story, I'm not going to understand what happened. And somebody over there eventually will team up and tell me what's really going on over there. But until then, thank y'all for watching. I welcome you in. I am going to get into this story. And someone said, I'm going to never forget him. He said to me, he said, you nitpicking. And I had to remind him, what you think defense attorneys do? You're supposed to nitpick. And if I'm going to run and I'm going to rock with Antoine Massey, I guess I got to really dig down and get to what in the hell. Because at this point, Antoine Massey was in the Orleans Parish jail. And I'm going to safely assume that he has not been sentenced. That's a little conflicting to me, because he said he's in there for a lady who said that he didn't do it. She took her statement back, so forth, so on. So he's just in there for no reason, because he's done his time. So I'm trying to understand, why did they send him back? Why did he go to prison if he's not sentenced? Now, the prison that he's going to is Angola prison. But I want to know, why are Black prisoners over there organized for dignity in Angola, Louisiana's modern day plantation? Like, when you say modern day plantation, what you mean by modern and day, and you put plantation there? Like, how did those come together? Like, people throw words and stuff together, and then they want to pin you down on their dumbness. Louisiana State Penitentiary is nicknamed after the former plantation site that it sits on. Those incarcerated at the prison say the practice of slavery is still alive and well. Those incarcerated at the prison say slavery is still alive and well. And this story was just ran on February 23rd. So how do you get modern day and plantation together? Like, I like to sit up in my seat. I want to see how did those come together. It makes no sense to me. It sounds senseless. It sounds stupid. I mean, why do every time it deals with certain things, topics, situation, peoples of colors, Why it got to be, y'all call it smarted up, but why it got to be dumbed down like that? Like the modern day plantation. This Black History Month, People's Dispatch is exploring the history of notorious Louisiana State Penitentiary, the site of centuries of Black struggle, first against slavery, then convict leasing, and now use U.S. prison system, which some label slavery in the modern day. At the helm of the U.S. notorious system of mass incarceration sits Louisiana State Penitentiary. Apart from being the largest maximum security prison in the United States, this prison, nicknamed Angola after the former plantation site that it sits on. That's what it is. They need to burn that goddamn building down. Man, you wait a minute, man. See, listen, some people don't understand what I'm saying, but I do. So you're telling me that used to be a former plantation that it sit on is an example of the conditions of modern day slavery that the U.S. prison system inflicts upon its disproportionately Black incarcerated population. So y'all went and took the largest prison and set it on top of a plantation. Man, y'all don't believe in all of that, but that gave me a headache just now. My head pounded. Like it's almost like y'all still beating slaves up. So now you set the prison system on top of them instead of sitting something like a park for those kids to be protected. Y'all gonna sit more. That's so dangerous. The Angola plantation, before the Civil War and the abolition of slavery, the land the prison currently sits on was known as Angola Plantation, owned by slave trader Isaac Franklin. The name Angola comes from the Southern African nation, with another one of Franklin's plantations being named. Long ago, after the pre-colonial African kingdom, Angola became one of the most productive plantations in the U.S. South, churning out 3,100 bales of cotton per year via labor of its slaves. Following the war in 1880, the plantation was sold to Samuel Lawrence James, a former Confederate Army major who took advantage of the return of slavery like conditions through the emergency of the convict leasing system. Through convict leasing, private corporations concluded with the criminal justice system to entrap convict and lease mostly Black people in incarcerated labors. This practice became highly lucrative through the former slave states of the U.S. South, with the state of Alabama generating 73% of its annual state revenue from convict leasing in 1898. They still doing it on a more modern day. So, okay, so they got the largest black prison in the world, the largest prison in the world. Black prisoners organize this because it's mostly blacks in there. The largest prison in the world. Is sitting on top of a plantation. That was a lucrative plantation. That's Angola. So I need to connect the dots as to how does New Orleans play a role in that? Like something just not right. The largest prison in the world. And then New Orleans, the top state in the world that house inmates, especially of black. And they ship the inmates over to Angola. What kind of kickbacks they getting? And I don't get it. Oh, I need to take a break. My God. This is something big. Because they didn't stop doing what they're doing. They just do it on another level. And I wonder what it is that they're doing. What's the kickbacks for real? And I just don't get how blacks sit back in these places and like accept that behavior in their state. Like it's like nobody over there have a voice. Like, why don't they have a voice? I guess what? That's when certain people come out the woods at you. That's when everybody's life is at risk. Maybe if y'all get that goddamn prison off the top of this plantation and put some parks there or put some homes there and free some of these goddamn slaves that didn't have a choice but to be there. And a lot of them probably dead there. And that's just in Alabama. I haven't even did the footprints of New Orleans because I want to know this connection. And this is where they're sending Antoine Massey. And I know he probably thinking once he get over there, nobody's going to know he's home. I surely am. And I damn sure hope he got YouTube. I hope he got YouTube. Dog, I wish I knew somebody over there in Angola. Now I got to re-strategize. I was ready. Listen, we're going to get him. We're going to get him. Now I got to look this up some more. Following the Civil War in 1880, the plantation sold to Samuel Lawrence James, a former Confederate Army major who took advantage of the return of slavery like conditions through the emergency of the convict leasing system. Yeah, I had to go back. Through convict leasing, private corporations concluded with the criminal justice system to entrap, convict, and lease, L-E-A-S-E, like I call y'all, lease mostly Black people as incarcerated laborers. This practice became highly lucrative throughout the former slave states of the U.S. South. This practice became highly lucrative throughout the former slave states. That includes New Orleans. With the states of Alabama generating 73% of its annual state revenue from convict leasing in 1898. Damn, that's a lucrative business. And they still running it. Conditions at the former plantation, now known as the James Prison Camp, became so harsh that they promoted the formation of the Prison Reform Association in New Orleans. Okay. Conditions at the former plantation known as the James Prison Camp became so harsh that they promoted the formation of the Prison Reform Association in New Orleans. Huh. Wow. Which vehemently opposed the convict leasing system. The group's advocacy along other prison reform groups eventually resulted in the banning of convict leasing in Louisiana. No, y'all didn't. Y'all just figured out a slicker way to do it. So these days, you arrest the inmates and stuff. Wonder if you getting rid of paperwork. And then you targeting ones that have been in trouble. I don't know. James died in 1894. In 1901, the state of Louisiana purchased the 8,000 acre plantation. Establishing the Louisiana State Penitentiary on the grounds. And although Angola had gone from plantation to convict leasing camp to prison, the basic conditions persisted throughout history. The brutal forced labor of most Black people in the fields. In 1930, Louisiana State Penitentiary staff ran that prison like it was a private fiefdom. My God. Okay. Prisoners through effectively re-enslaved on the grounds of the Angola plantation refused to remain slaves of their condition. The history of Angola prison is as much a history of a struggle of the most oppressed sectors of the working class as it is a history of brutality within the prison system. My God. As conditions at the prison continue to deteriorate, especially following staff and budget cuts after the Great Depression, current and former prisoners put themselves at the forefront of the struggle for reform. In 1943, former Angola prisoner William Sadler published Hell on Angola as a series of articles in the Angola's prisoner operated publication. Sadler, who was nicknamed Water Ear, due to injuries sustained in an attack by a prison guard, dedicated himself to reforming conditions within his former prison. Wow. Execute justice, not people. Prisoners, keep up the fight. In September of 2024, several prisoners filed a class action lawsuit challenging the harsh condition. Wow, that was just last year. Wow. Challenging the harsh conditions of forced farm labor at the prison. Angola's mostly Black inmates are still forced to pick cotton in the same fields as they did before slavery was abolished, often in conditions of extreme heat. I saw guys collapse, said Angola prisoner Lamont Gross of his time working Angola's notorious farm line. There were dudes that got heat strokes. There were dudes with underlying conditions, older or had some sort of disability, but they had to go out there too. Hearkening to conditions of slavery, plaintiffs in the class action lawsuit claimed that they fainted due to their working conditions and were punished for it. Across the U.S., prisoners are struggling against the behemoth of mass incarceration, much of which involves similar conditions of modern-day slavery. In Alabama, for example, prisoners have organized several rounds of statewide shutdowns of prisoner labor. These Alabama incarcerated organizers, led by a group called Free Alabama, movement. That's FAM. Want more than justice. They want more than just better conditions. They have called for an end to prison slavery. Damn, and I said that before I even scrolled down to the bottom. Remember I said it, I said they need to burn that damn prison down. They need to find something else to do. They need to burn that prison down to the ground. They need to burn that prison down and don't put no goddamn woods there either. They need to burn that prison down and put some parks there. Make that as a real fun site for kids to go to. See, everybody gonna want to put all kind of old pictures of what people went through, but how y'all want them to burn it down, then put the pictures of the memory up? Why not get rid of that? You already got enough of the memories. They got enough stuff already. Why not put up something where at least whoever was there working hard, they might not want buildings with walls and stuff. Or then again, maybe they want buildings with wall. Y'all should get together and think about that. Y'all get that land back, because that is not right. I feel like they should burn that prison down. I feel like that's an insult to it, to injury. Some people look at it for the money, but what happened if it ain't the money? And guess what? It's 4:44 on the clock right now. It's 4:44. And I'm trying to find a way to send it to me. So I'm going to send it in the chat. I don't know where you're at, but I just looked up and I see 4:44, and I'm sending it just like that in the chat. It's 4:44 on the clock. And you see 4:44 on the clock, and it say I got 4 in the chat. And I just happened to look up and I see 4:44. So I'm glad. I wish I could send it to myself. Let me send it to myself. I might be able to. I dropped my phone. It's okay. I dropped my phone. Yep, that's okay. I still got it because it's 5 in the chat again. And if you look in the chat right now, it says 4:44. So y'all Google what does 4:44 indicate, and I caught it. And I didn't really get to send it to myself, but I was able to send it in the chat. So y'all look up 4:44. Took me all off my train of thought. Whew. And I told y'all are not gonna believe I messed up my phone. I dropped it. And I never, ever, 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 I never, ever put my phone in my back pocket. But I had a box in my hand. And then I was like, oh, I got to use the bathroom. And I ran to the bathroom and had the phone in my back. As soon as I went to booting over my butt, the phone just went to bloop. I mean, I didn't have a chance. As soon as I booted over, I heard bloop, and I turned, I said, ah. And this is what I got. Yep. It's barely even working now. It's like it's dying out on me. I say, oh my goodness. Sometimes you're like, okay, I done buried these roots. It's time for me to take off. It's time for me to, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be dealing with phones and stuff like that. And you like, I know it's time, but what is it? I'm like, the phone. And then I'm saying to myself, what the hell? I was driving in the car and I hit the brakes and I heard the brakes. I'm like, now the brakes? I don't care. Somebody probably out there done went through the same thing. I don't give a damn. And you know what somebody told me? You know, you can't go to social media venting, but I wanted to pose that question too. Some people say you shouldn't go to social media and you're venting. But I wonder, is it the same if you're talking to the people that you know you're talking to, but it's somebody else out there watching, but you are talking to somebody and you're talking to somebody that you feel like you know? Because right now, if I start talking to Ban, it'll be like I know Ban. If I start talking to Jug, so it's like, why? I feel like it's all about where your comfort zone at. Wherever you found your comfort zone at, if you still found your comfort zone in a private life, stay there. Don't let anybody change you. But if you found your comfort zone because you couldn't find them in your house and on the ground, and if you up here, you looking for something or somebody, I don't know, why you can't talk? You might be helping somebody else, or you might be helping a lot of people. But that's where a person has found a space. And I just feel like this right here, this adds insult to injury to me. And it just goes to show just how much we even know what's really going on around us, because I never even knew this was the largest prison in the world. And of course, it's going to hold blacks. Of course, they're going to be getting kickbacks. Of course, they're going to still be figuring out ways to take money and keeping us in a more modern day slave trade. What do you do? I know one thing you got to do what these people did. You got to make sure that you file some sort of lawsuit. And it's good that they even found an attorney that even took their claims. And I'm going to definitely have a conversation with Antoine Massey, because I got a feeling he's not the only one. All those inmates, I can't say who did what, this right here, none of that right there. And the reason why I cannot say that is because Antoine Massey stood out to me, because he came forward and he recorded it. Everybody's telling him, turn yourself in. They know, and there's so many people know that those prison systems are bad, but they won't say anything. But a lot of people on here went for the subscribers and the views. See, I didn't go for that. And I'm never going for that. Because when I'm talking about this case, I'm really honestly talking about it. And I feel like over there in New Orleans and in Louisiana, Alabama, and I don't know why people won't leave. The largest prison system in the world, and it's housed by mostly blacks. But how? I be seeing black and white go to prison. How it gets so many black people? Why it ain't balanced out? Because you don't think white people and Mexican people in there? So why is that system not balanced out where to balance out? And that's a maximum security prison. So you don't think it been no white man? I could go back and I need to find the video. I need to find the video of the white man who raped the little 3-year-old baby girl. He raped this 3-year-old baby girl, white man, and he scrubbed her face with bleach. You don't think them type of men of that color exist, if not worse? And now that it hit me in my head, when Derek Groves go in, I probably do need to hear his story, because ain't nobody else gonna be listening to him. But I will. I guess that's how you just work out things and try to line it up. To add insult to injury. And what say y'all that I found this and we almost out the month of June? What say y'all? What say? What else I had on these people? These people is so goddamn ridiculous until let's go to one more. It's a song on. It's a song on. I'll tell you, there's a song on. Y'all gonna think I'm just doing it, but nope, it's a song on. And I know the song, but I can't quite think of it, so I'm just bopping to the beat because I never know the words. I never know the words. So we going here. Y'all know I always have to come back. Oh my goodness. I got to come back because I'm gonna close it out with he a flight risk. Like he had a passport. So we got Antoine Massey, the walking definition of a flight risk, held without bond, judge ruled. Did he really rule that? He did? I wonder why he would rule him with a no bond and a flight risk. That makes no sense to me. I know he probably sitting there right now saying, man, damn, I know people didn't believe me. Yeah, I did. So I guess this is the home that he was captured in, maybe. A house. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back. This April 22nd, 2009 photo shows a view of the front entrance of the Louisiana State Penitentiary in Angola. Damn. That's the front. That's Angola. Is that Angola? Oh, penitentiary in Angola. Okay. It got to be it because it said it's the penitentiary. And I'm only saying it because I want to know, they shipped him back there that quick? About a weekend now? Okay, well, I guess so, because of they was only in the jail and they don't have high security. Okay. Okay. I get it. A house in the 9400 block of Strolles Street, photographed where escaped inmate Antoine Massey was arrested in New Orleans, Friday, June 27th, 2025. Huh. Okay. I want to know, why was he a flight risk? And not just why was he a flight risk. I really want to know, and I should ask somebody. I mean, why would y'all tell him he cannot get a bond? Is it a reason why you gave him a no bond? I mean, like, duh, y'all really wasted this as if it was going to be surprising that he didn't get a bond, as if it was going to be surprising that you were going to say he a flight risk. I know they saying, yeah, but they always do that. Yeah, they always do a lot of stuff. But what y'all ain't saying is, y'all notice not one person asked a question about them paperwork. The man was getting to it. He went to talk about the video and all that old type of stuff. I said, yeah, why aren't we asking the other questions? Why aren't we trying to get to nothing? I mean, even listen to the mom of them. And I got to find the footage on this auntie. Even the mom of them. I didn't hear one of them mention anything about footage, paperwork, nothing. Not footage, the paperwork. Conversations with the state attorney, the district attorney, the public defender's office. Why? The district attorney's office. Why? I didn't hear nothing pertaining to, is this young man telling the truth? Now, I could be wrong. Matter of fact, it's so surreal. I'm so glad that we talked earlier, just a few minutes ago, and I was telling y'all that there's a guy, an attorney, and he's out of Dallas. And we're going to meet him tonight. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think this is it. Is this it? Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm bringing it up. Y'all know what type of work this be taking? This stuff takes me a lot of work to get things taken care of.
We black, so let's have this conversation.
Wait a minute. 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 He went to talking too fast for me just then, buddy. So I'm bringing y'all a clip from, there she goes. This is a clip from DJ Genesis Detroit. I was on her stage. I went and visited a house last Sunday, and I will be back tonight. So I'm gonna introduce y'all who you're gonna be watching tonight when we come back. So you see Calvin here. He's the criminal defense attorney. He's the high attorney over in Texas. I'm not sure. I think they might have canceled for next week being in New York, but they were all going to be there because he have a show, and I think they may be coming this way towards Florida. However, we have Calvin. That's the one I'm going to sit with tonight, and I'm going to ask some of these questions about this case with Antoine Massey, because I asked him some questions last week, and he's just a defense attorney, and he just don't mind answering questions. And then you got Mel. So Mel is a journalist, and I've seen that he's spoken to a whole lot of people as well. I mean, names of people. And then I don't know these other two ladies because I can tell you about the men. Now let's listen in.
I am paranoid when you see either a black man or a black woman hit $1 billion or hundreds of millions of dollars. What seems to happen? You got Bill Cosby. Now you got Tyler Perry. Now you got Puffy. You know, think about it. So I have to be concerned when a people of color get money, then somebody starts coming out of the woodwork, because that's one of the ways civilly you can take people's money away and take their freedom away, and you can take all the power away that they have. People forget Puffy gave a lot of money to black colleges. I mean, he is very philanthropic when it comes to African-American folk, as well as Bill Cosby is, as well as Tyler Perry is. But I still have to always pay attention to why are you going after the black folks and not going after other folks. But let me tell you something. The stuff that Epstein doing was far worse. And so I get upset when I see that kind of stuff, and they don't go after them, but they put all our business out here. I mean, we got to hear about Puffy and all this damn baby oil. Hell, I can't go to the store and buy no baby oil no more. I don't want nobody looking at me funny.
So that's where I'll be at tonight, and we need to make sure that we tune in over there. I think it's at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I'll tell you, I'll put it in the community news, because we got to come back to some of these hot topics. I couldn't even talk to y'all about my Karmelo Anthony, because I can't mix them two together. Because when I go to talk about Karmelo Anthony, see, I can hold off. No, I can't, because we need to know if Antoine Massey is supposed to be in there, then we could wait for his court date. But if he honestly is not supposed to be in there, he's supposed to be let free, then this is an urgency. This, to me, is an urgency. Why should he have to sit in there for another 6 months to barely get a court date? So my job is to help him get a court date and watch for those court dates, because those court dates shouldn't be too far away, especially if this public defender is on top of he or her job. And this whoever his public defender is, which I'm sure that changes now. Why would it? He just moved in a high security place, but he should still have a public defender from the same place. So is that a different part? I don't know why. When you go back to court, he's going back to the same area that he started this in. This really should be easy if the family over there. I mean, you got the auntie over there. Lord, let me bring this lady up. I didn't get no kind of nothing on this woman. See if I got anything on this happy auntie just cutting up. Damn. Trying to see if I got anything on this auntie, because listen. I really didn't want to get started with her because, in all honesty, I mean, to be honest with you, if I get started on this lady, I'm probably going to be in trouble. Okay, so let's look up. I'm going to say Antoine Massey, Auntie. Massey. There's nothing here that shows me that he was sentenced. Oh. It's y'all can't see what I'm looking at. I had to hone back in because y'all ain't gonna believe this. Just wait a minute. I don't even need to introduce her. This is Antoine Massey's auntie. This is the one that went cutting up and rambling on last week. Let's listen in.
Have you been forthcoming with authorities about what you know about where your nephew is or who might be helping him?
Yes, I had some officers actually meet me today here at my home, asking me a few questions because they seen some of my videos that I had recently put out, especially the last one where I told Antoine, myself that I saw the video and for him to turn himself in. So I guess the authorities here in Atlanta picked up on that video and wanted to come here and ask me a few questions. And I was very cooperative with them. Yes.
So my understanding is that you have a son who's in that same jail. What does he make of how this was pulled off and his cousin's suggestion that he was let out, that he didn't escape?
Well, as far as my son and Antoine was on two different separate tiers, and I thank God they didn't run into each other. But for stories that I get from my son pertaining to this it's very low key in there with the information as of now, because now they are having the right authorities walking and monitoring the prison as they should have before. But what he does touch in on is how they don't have the proper water to bathe with, how they eat every other day pretty much, and he's always on me to make sure that I have enough money in his commissary so that he have enough food for when they ever decide to feed them again, and also about how things just go up in there that shouldn't be going. You know what I'm saying? Like for us hot water, you can't flush the toilet. It smells very vulgar in there, so they have to leave the doors open because the humidity and the smell is just unbearing. Yes.
Tell us about your nephew. What should we make of his suggestion that he didn't do any of these things that he's accused of? Now, one interesting fact, you know this already, but for the audience, so his ex who accused him of the things that have him in jail or had him in jail is also supposedly involved in helping him right now. So it's very.
See, I'm gonna interrupt for a second. This is what pissed me off about people. Now you supposed to ask one question at a time. I swear for God, this man have asked at least 8 questions. I mean, take a breather, tape line. Like, take a goddamn breather. let this, she already don't function that well. Take a breather. You already heard her say the toilet. Come on, dude. But she said she was sending him canteen money. Let me take this long ass question back he asking.
Interesting fact. You know this already, but for the audience. So
it's just unbearing. Yes.
Tell us about your nephew. What should we make of his suggestion that he didn't do any of these things that he's accused of? Now, one interesting,
like right there. Stop. Let her answer. This man does not know how to interview, and she don't either.
Fact, you know this already, but for the audience. So his ex, who accused him of the things that have him in jail or had him in jail, is also supposedly involved in helping him right now. So it's very confusing. She's the one who accused him of doing these things that got him put in jail. He says he didn't do it. And our understanding is that now she may have aided him in his escape. Well, what should we know about this?
Well, let me just say this about the young lady. And, I would not want to mention her name for the sake of her own privacy and whatever you got.
You already mentioned her name. This lady on here acting like she Janet Jackson.
Guys know, y'all know. But far as Antoine and his ex prior girlfriend, she's a very toxic woman herself. She was much younger than Antoine, okay? Yes, I can say for myself that Antoine did take advantage of a situation because she was much older, but she was of age, okay? But the young lady herself, she does have mental illnesses herself, and I do pray she get the help that she needs. But when two toxic people come together, that's a disaster within itself, okay? Now, far as him and her getting into altercations, yes, that is true. But the far-fetchedness of these altercations, yes, it is a lie. Far as him raping her and beating her with a pot, pulling her hair out and stuff till she bleed, no, all those things are false allegations because this is what the young lady does. They get into it, they fight, she sent him to jail, she binds him out. He get out, they fight, she sent him to jail, they bind and she binds him out. And now go figure. Allegedly, she done helped him in his escape. So you put two and two together. Yes.
Are you worried about how this ends for your nephew? Because, he was in there for one set of crimes, but now being a fugitive is something else. And when the authorities come upon him, you know how quickly things can escalate. What is your concern?
Well, our concern is, of course, for his safety, for him to turn himself in, and we can do this the proper way. We're not giving Antoine any type of excuses for whatever it is that he done himself and to himself to land him in here. But as of now, we just want to soften the hearts of the authorities so that he have a safe return back to prison so we can conduct this the right way. I have some very powerful people that is standing up for Antoine.
Where they at? Where her powerful people at? I ain't heard about nobody powerful, and I ain't seen nobody stand up and say, I'm standing here for you in solidarity. We're ready for you to come in. Where is this lady powerful people at? I'm kind of confused. Like, where is her powerful people? They didn't got nothing to, they didn't got nothing to do with him turning himself in that I've heard yet.
Big people that have wonderful community leadership and things like that, and also have dealt with some big names in the courtrooms.
So now he got an attorney and not a public defender.
But we just want Antoine to trust us as his family to know that we love him.
But that's why he was sitting in there all that time to trust y'all. Well, why did he have to escape? Y'all wasn't able to get them big names and big wigs while he was sitting in there the first time? Like, I'm not understanding. Like, there's a disconnect here. Somebody's lying. Somebody lying. This like not only is somebody lying, like how many girls this lady talking about? Because she even skipped around the question. You can't get no answers from people.
And have his best interest at heart. So
if y'all got his best interest at heart, why do you think he had to escape? Like, I hate people that's liars. Like, if she has so many people, I want to know, where are they? Why didn't they never take a stand? The only big, powerful person you had taken a stand was the pastor, but I don't know. I've heard that she was messing with the pastor. I'm telling you, it's rumored. It's rumored. It's rumored. I don't know where I heard that from. It's rumored. But I'm going to pull the footage. Because I don't know. The only powerful person I seen her promoting was the pastor. Is that true, lady? You trying to lift that church up?
You can get him home safe. That's all we looking for.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe.
My God, to be. I'm going to tell y'all something. Whenever y'all in a situation like this, if you love your family member, your friend, your confidant, your dog, your cat, would y'all please be quiet and stop talking so much? Because a lot of times when you talk, you don't know you're incriminating the case. This lady she intentionally trying to send him to prison. We already know he's going to do prison time because he got an escape. But to me, he said he opened up a whole different world for me. And she didn't do nothing but taint this case. And it's disgusting. And I don't know what clout she trying to get, but she ain't going to last long because she ain't really saying nothing. Nobody want to hear you no more because everybody can kind of tell when you said Tarlet with an R, Tarlet with a TWIR, like Tarlet. And you talk about the commode or the toilet stool right there. They ain't gonna take you serious, girl. You just got on the Janet Jackson throwback hat, and that's just the end of it. You say, cut it like this, cut it like that, cut it like this. That's all she got. Because she ain't did nothing but tainted this case. I don't know what kind of clout she trying to get. I don't know what glory she gotten. I don't know if she done raised her Facebook pages. All I could tell you is she just disastered him. She basically might as well go and team up with the DA. This lady is a trolling snitch. I don't care what she said about me. She's been talking too much. She's been talking so much. And if she ever come and talk to me, all she gonna do is yell. And I'm gonna be like this. I told y'all all she do is yell. And she on my platform. I'll go to her house too. Because her crowd probably, you don't know what that lady done did for her nephew. You don't know what kind of stuff that boy done got in. You don't know what this right here is, but that ain't what we talking about, though, dumb people. What we talking about is he in there and he supposed to be? See, y'all, they skipped the story. I don't want to skip the story. They call me all kind of names they want to call me, but I'm going to ask one question. Is he supposed to be in there for that? See all that yelling and hooping and hollering and acting like you Michael Jackson, brother and sister and stuff like that, because you got on a Kango cap that almost reminds us of Janet Jackson and what that song was, Janet Jackson. Not funny how time flies. It's like nasty. It ain't Nasty Girls, but she got them cuts like she going to the barber on that shirt. Not that one. Rhythm Nation. No, it ain't Rhythm Nation, but it is something where she had on all black just like that. This lady trying to imitate Janet Jackson. This lady done messed around and showed me who she is. She's coming up here trying to imitate Janet Jackson. She look nice. If she gonna come for me, if she ever find this video, she's gonna come for me. I can't hide it. It's live. But did I lie on her? She incriminated this case. Do you think do you think a defense attorney would put her on the stands? That's all I'm gonna ask. And I'll ask this question again tonight when I get over there with Calvin and the crew. I'll ask, do you think this lady incriminated this case? She tainted it, taunted it. She put piss in the water, and she just did it. This auntie right here have done it. It's no wonder he kept walking for help. Oh, I got big name people behind me. Where they at? The pastor? Like, what is going on with her and this pastor? That pastor didn't want no involvement in this. But he said, you know what, you're right. I might get some new members because you damn sure going to get me sitting up in there. I'm going to say, hey, pastor, I wanted to ask you a question, pastor. Before all of this took place, by any chance did you know the circumstances and the conditions that Antoine Massey was actually going through inside that jail? Because I heard that I don't know, pastor, I don't know. They say you and this woman messing around, but I don't want to believe that. But is it true? But even if you were messing around, it's okay. Are you married? See, those are the questions that I would start off with the pastor. The pastor would be okay answering. How dare you? He wouldn't do that because he's not a sassy cat. He would have said, no, come on, queen. Come on now, queen, in the house of the Lord. And I'm going to say, yeah, panties down. Like, hey, pastor, like, come on, y'all tell the truth. Because this lady right here is very incriminating. She just tainted the water. I'll be bringing her back up again. It won't be read this minute. At the end of the day, yay. Thank everybody that came out there. I'm glad that I caught 444 in the chat. So 444, y'all better look it up, see what it means. Go back to the comments. Y'all see in that chat, it shows you 444 on the head of 444 if you on the Eastern Standard Time. So 444 tells you some good things. This that song on. It's the smell of my perfume. I like that song. I could take a deep breath. I might do, I don't think I'm going to do Men Only Live tonight. If I don't do Men Only Live tonight, because I did it last night, I will see my men who joined me today. I would definitely see my men on Wednesday. But if I can't wait, I'll be back Monday or Tuesday. And I mean it. I mean it. I will be back Monday or Tuesday. Thank you so much, Ben. I definitely appreciate you. I don't know what Rational had to say. Also, going to prison is a choice. You could simply choose to not be a F up. So he came and cussed at my chat. Rational better be glad I just seen that one. I mean, because what's the need in that? That's how you know when you be talking with people with little feet. And they be coming here stomping the ground. Because I could have swore we already said that. So that's how you know when lame dickheads come around, what happens is they don't know how to listen. Because I thought I said that already. I say, yeah, you can choose not to go there. I say, but aren't you concerned about where your tax money is going? It's supposed to be for the prisons. So if it's for the prisons, then you don't care as long as it don't go to the prisoners. We'll let it go to the president. I wonder if that's a Biden fan or a Trump fan. See which president he wouldn't mind the money going to. Anyway, this is your girl, Queen Didi. What Didi said, it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you don't do anything else, I say, hey, all my parking lot pimps out there, thank y'all for flying in. Parking lot pimp feds, thank y'all for flying in. All my men-a-lings, I'll see y'all at the next Men Only Man Cave Day. Hey, y'all, if you know a small channel out there, y'all make sure that y'all come out and support. Every Friday, I do the small channel talent search. Our winner for this week, we're going to have to change his name, but for now, it's Snaky. I don't know if I could drop the link in the description in the chat right now, but I'll make sure I put it in the description. Y'all go over to him. He was the winner of our $100 cash, and I will be supporting his community. And one of the ways I'm going to support him, Snaky loves to do shorts, and he do these beats. So guess what? I'm going to do a couple shorts with him. So y'all got to go and find that channel. But you know what? Make sure y'all bring your asses back Friday at 8 p.m. Please. And y'all know Karmelo Anthony, y'all know I'm about to get on him. I might have to jump on him tonight. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you don't do anything else,
They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They flex on that.